Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of the Mandem Talk. We're here Thursdays, people. That's the new time for the Mandem Talk. So make sure you lot are locked in. Hit the like button straight away. Make sure you're doing that. That's very, very important. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Mandem channel. Links are in the description. Big up Ransaroni. What are you saying, man? Everything blessed?
I'm good, bro, man. Big up the panel. And yeah, man, big up the chat, man.
Come on, big up to you, big up to you. Man, like Coot Ball in the building. Is that Ajax top?
Yeah, Ajax, man. Ajax. But yeah, man, big up everybody. Big up the panel, the chat as well. Make sure you get the likes up as well. Interesting chat today, man. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely, man. And we've got a man like Staffy, man. What are you telling me, man? Jersey hype. What are you telling me? Knicks hype.
Why do you have to say that?
Nah, that's my team, to be fair, man. So
yeah, no, not like that. I started with your tweet when you said Knicks in 4. So
come on, you heard?
You heard?
What are you saying, no?
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to the panel. Big up to the chat. Yeah, big day for me today. Let's go Knicks. You know, Griggs is going to the game. Griggs balling like that now.
Right, is he living life?
Yeah, next time you meet him, listen, I'm just letting you know, let him pay for dinner.
Yo, he's gonna have to, mate. You know, this ain't the Griggs that I knew a couple of years ago, man. His life has gone up, man. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he's meeting the tight ends from the Giants. He's not going to Knicks games in Eastern Conference Final. He's different now. He's different.
Nah, fair play. Life has changed, man. Big up Griggs, man. Big up Griggs every time, man. Big up the man. Big up everyone that's locked in. Like I said, the Mandem will be rolling through. You know how it goes, man. Mandem talk and that. And before we start, yeah, there is some news coming out from the England squad, which I find a little bit bizarre because I'm like, yo, why don't just wait until tomorrow to find out? But obviously, Fabrizio Romano and them, I just want to get it out ASAP. Harry Maguire has been left out of the World Cup by Thomas Tuchel. He's come out with a statement saying, I am shocked. I was confident I could have played a major part this summer for my country after the season I've had. I've been left gutted by the decision. I wish the players all the best.
Hold on, what? Who made a statement? Harry Maguire?
Yeah. Apparently,
Why would he need to do that?
Hey,
why would he need to do that?
That's what I'm saying. It's I don't know.
That doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And to be fair, he's put it on his Instagram right now. Same thing as well. If you go and look at his Instagram, he's actually said the same thing. And he's also put out a statement.
You're right.
He's also put out a statement as well. Let me just read his statement. I think he's put out a longer statement.
Bro, he even tweeted it as well.
Did he tweet as well?
So
let me see his tweet.
Bro. They're doing overtime.
That's mad.
Yeah, there you go. Basically the same thing. Wish all the players the best, yeah. I love nothing but putting that shirt on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very surprised, you know. I don't know what this Tuchel's doing. I don't know what he's doing, man, but it's a bit of a weird one to not take a guy who's got experience in a tournament, bro. He's played in multiple tournaments. He's got experience. He's tournament ready. You feel me? Even part of the squad. You don't have to even start him, but knowing that, imagine Gahey and Konsa get injured. You've got Maguire there to step in. You know what I mean? And he scored big goals. You can dislike a player all you want, yeah, but name me a better player for England that's performed consistently at the Euros and the World Cup than Harry Maguire. Like you can't name me that many, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, has Tuchel named the squad then?
I reckon it'll be tomorrow, innit? Tomorrow morning, it will be.
It's just leaks. It's not official yet, but
it's like, come on, bro. It's like the NBA. Them man leaks.
It's official enough if he knows he's not going.
Exactly.
That means the conversation's been had.
Exactly. That's He must have been told. Yeah, he must have been told.
He was like, "Yo, listen, f this. I'm not letting Tuchel tell the whole world. I'm gonna tell him myself. You feel me?" So yeah, like for me, listen, Konsa and Gahey will be starting for England. That's my kind of hunch, right? It's my thing is who's behind them for him to be missing out, because you can't take Levi Colwill. People in the chat saying Levi Colwill, like he's hardly played this season, so it can't be him.
Yeah, another thing is as well, international football, like the tempo is not what people think. So players like Harry Maguire, they'll thrive, man, because he can defend the box and he's a threat going forward. So I don't quite understand that. Like he's never really struggled in tournaments for that reason. So and his experience as well. So it's a shocking one, to be fair. It's a bit surprising.
It says here Phil Foden as well not going. Phil Foden, Luke Shaw, Tomori also expected to be out as well. Shit. Foden's a mad one. But then again, it's not a surprise though. It's not a surprise.
I hear it, but bro, that's mad still. I know it's not a surprise, but that one is.
I get it. Yeah. I get it more with the Foden one. England has a lot of attackers, but there's not a lot of centre backs, which I can't justify not taking Maguire. I don't get it. But Foden, I can understand it. He hasn't been playing for City like that. There's a lot of performing attack. Bro, you could take, what's his name? Gibbs White, Morgan Rogers. There's a lot of guys to take in the 10. I get that one. I understand it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes stuff like that can help players like Foden, innit? Because sometimes they can get a bit, do you know what I mean? Like resting on their laurels, kind of have achieved everything, and you know what I mean? So sometimes it's a wake-up call, innit? Because that's kind of mad when you're going to see the other players going as well. But
yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, Manu is in though, which I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm happy for him, even though I can't lie to you. I would have rather him have a summer off as a selfish Man United fan, have the summer off and just relax and be ready for next season. Because we remember when he went to the Euros, he came back injured, and then after that, Ten Hag got sacked, and then after that, Ruben Amorim came in. I'm sure it's that season, or am I bugging? It might be the season after, but he came back injured anyway. He came back injured and wasn't the same player as he was. You feel me? So I don't know. I would have been happy to maybe seeing him not be there, but then again, you feel me? Like the glow up is crazy, man. Man's back in the England squad for the first time last time, and then he's in the English squad right now for the World Cup. Salute to Kobe Mainoo, man. You know what I'm saying? Paddy Adam Water's not in the squad, which is I find it very, very bizarre. But then again, you know what I mean? I don't know if England want to play that kind of style.
But then again, even if he opted for like his midfield, because who did they last play? Was it Greece? I can't remember what team they played, but
they look over. Yeah, Japan. They look
Japan, and they had Elliot, Anderson, and Maino, but they didn't look like they complemented each other that much either. So that played together.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird one. Like people are saying Wharton's a luxury player. I don't know, man. You need a Wharton, man. I said tournament football, you need players that can pass the ball, man. And I don't think he can.
Exactly.
I don't think they have that a lot, man. Rice isn't a passer. Like Anderson can do it, but he's not like a Wharton passer in between the lines. I
remember in 2018 when England played Croatia in the semis, and they went to the extra time, and Rakitic and Modric literally passed them off the pitch like Dele Alli and all them, man, bro. Because when it gets to that stage in the tournament, bro, it's about keeping the ball, bro, and keeping head. It's not about running up and down, and the tempo is not like that, bro. You need thinkers, man. You need thinkers on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I don't know, man. Like I said, with England, I'm not sure what they're gonna be like, man. Like there's talented players in it, but it's about having balance, bro. And that's how you win a tournament, by having balance. You feel me? So. Listen, good luck to them, man. You get me? Big up to Maguire, but end of the day, you get me? That means then you can have a nice summer off and be ready for next season, man. That's a lot of man now at Man United having a nice summer off. And Mbumo, Sesko, you got Maguire now. You got a lot of man in there, bro. They're not playing in the tournament, which is good because that means then next season we're bang straight away. You're not having players that have had a tournament and then you're going into a new kind of vibe. You feel me? So. I think it's good, man. I think it's good, to be honest with you. So, But listen, people, we need to talk, man. We need to talk, Mandem. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Season's coming towards an end. We're finishing third. It's looking good, you know what I mean? But now I have to look forward to next season. Obviously, Arsenal won the league. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing. They've, man, them man are gloating. Them man are saying now we're the club that hasn't won the league the longest. What I'll start off with you, Coop Baller, yeah? Like, is this one of the biggest summers now, especially if Pep Guardiola's leaving, to set down a marker now? Because I think this is a perfect opportunity, like, to really, really now go full swing and say, yo, maybe you might have to cut a few, like, like maybe stage 1 and 2. You might have to go to stage 3 now. I say, you know what? Let's do it right now. Because what better moment for United now to go and get the squad? Because I don't think in terms of squads like Arsenal might have a few better, like in terms of defense and the goalkeeper, they might be doing good there, but midfield and attack, I don't think it's far away from ours, if I'm being honest with you. And if United add to that, you know what I mean? It could be a very, very good opportunity for us to kind of like bridge the gap, bro. Because like I said, I think they've got a couple of more, I think it's 6 more wins And I think in terms of the losses, they've got 2 less losses than us. So it's just the draws have killed us off. So where can Man United be at the end of summer? Because I can't lie, man. This is it now, man. We've got to be ready next season. If anyone drops out, we can go in there, bro.
Yeah, personally, I think there's definitely a gap. And football, well, people need to understand, football always works in cycles. So teams always have their moments. Like if you look back in history, it's always been like that. It's never shifted. It's never been any different. Some teams go longer than others. United went a spell. Obviously, the Munich air crash and all that went a long time without winning anything. Liverpool the same until recently. And I think because Pep and obviously Klopp are leaving, that's a big gap that Manchester United now need to be aware about. This is a gap. Now, I don't get me wrong. Arteta winning the title and everything, he did it in 6 years. However, with the right transfers, like you mentioned, stabilizing the midfield, and also I think some of the players United have bought, I think they've got the right mentality as well to kind of win as well, because I think it's more than just the players. It's also the mentality to have that. And they've got a mixture of experience. But I think right now is the best time. Obviously, they said 2028, their project or whatnot. Yeah. But with the weakening of Liverpool right now, they're kind of like in the middle. Chelsea, obviously, trying to rebuild again with Alonso. And then you've got Manchester United, who are kind of in between. Because if you count the games that, like you said, we dropped points in, had we sacked Amorim earlier, we probably would have been up there somehow. Just would have been up there challenging. So I think it's very important, obviously, to get those players in, but it's also important to start the season really well. I think that will help. That will help the confidence as well with the players. One thing I like, I know people criticize Carrick, but Carrick is able to win big games. Like those pressure games, you could see he's already beaten a lot of the top managers, and not even just in his second spell, but in his first spell as well. And I think that will make a difference as well. But my concern is like, when I'm looking in the Champions League and that, I still feel like in our attack, as much as we've invested, I still feel like we don't have that star quality yet, like in the attack. I feel like Cunha can be the difference on his day, but apart from that, I still feel like there's something that we're still missing, in the attack. I'm not saying you have to win the league, obviously, with an amazing attack. I mean, Arsenal did it without it, but I still feel the way United are going to play, you can tell Carrick wants to play football at the end of the day. So I think for me, personally, I think this is a gap and we can't miss, especially the next 2 transfer windows. We've got to be very serious with our signings, man. And I think who we sign will obviously also make our rivals look at us like, yo, like these guys are serious. I think that's important, man. That's important. And I think they will, to be honest, I think they will this summer.
Yeah, Rad, so you think we got like a solid foundation though? Because I kind of low-key think we've got a solid foundation now to work from. Like, normally you look at the squad and you're like, this squad ain't it, man. But there is a solid foundation though. Sesko, Cunha, and Mbumo, Ahmad, Mainu. You've still got, obviously, Dorgu as well, that's coming off as well. You still got that. I still feel it's a solid foundation where in the past, I would never really have looked at it in that way, where you're like, I'm not sure about this team, bro. Still needs quality. Especially when we had Højlund and them, man, and Garnacho and them, man. You feel me? Like even Rashford. I know he's doing his thing in Barcelona, but his mindset was never there for that next stage. You feel me? Like, do you feel like? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I do feel like there's a solid foundation that if we add to this summer, it could be significant, bro. It could be a good feeling, bro.
Yeah, I think the midfield changes everything, bro, personally.
Yeah.
Because when you look at, like my man was saying about our attack, but we're the only team in the league with 3 attackers with double figures goals in the league. So on paper, we've got the best attack in the league in terms of output. So it's one of them things. When you look at goals scored, I don't think we're that far behind Arsenal and they won the league. So our attack on paper is one of the best ones in the league, factually. You know what I'm saying? Our defensive structure, I don't have an issue with. It's the midfield. Because a lot of the time when we are getting bypassed, it's individual situations in the midfield. It's not really a collective one. So I think if we sort out that midfield, people will be surprised at how much we close the gap just with a better midfield. Because everything else, we've proven that it's there, bro. you know what I mean? Because all the best teams in the league, we beat them. And some of them, we beat them more than once. So I'll be honest, man. I don't think we're a million miles away. Yeah. And cool. People will say yes because of the quality of the league. That's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? It's not my problem at all. It wasn't Liverpool's problem last season. It wasn't Arsenal's problem this season.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's not our problem next season. We just need to worry about ourselves. And because of the quality of the league, I think we could find ourselves in an argument that, you know what I mean, we probably wouldn't have been in, bro. I don't think we're a million miles away, but this is the perfect time to get it right. I think they've got it relatively right the last 2 windows since they've come in, but now is the time to get it right. Because if you get it right, you can close a massive gap.
Oh, Rant, I got a question for you. Who do you think would be like a statement midfield signing for Manchester United, like a player that we need? Like
they want Anderson. That's their statement. Do you know what I'm saying? Anderson's their statement, bro. Like because they're going to head with Man City for him. He's probably the most sought after midfielder currently in the league. So that would be their statement signing. I think that's why they're pressing so hard for the Anderson. I think profile wise, he's probably not the perfect profile to play next to Kobbie Mainoo, just because he likes the drift and, you know what I mean? He's not a sitting number 6, or not only is he not a sitting number 6, but I just think that his strengths don't necessarily complement Kobbie's weaknesses, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But I think he's a good player in his own right, innit? So it's one of them ones. The fact that if they're saying Tonali's tier 1, then I think he's the most likely. If we don't get Anderson, even though Anderson and Tonali aren't the same profile, and then
this is the problem, man.
You know what I mean? And then the second tier, that's the problem.
The second tier is good. The second tier, I don't mind.
The second tier is good, but for me, they need to be getting 2 from the tier 2, and tier 3 needs to not even be in the conversation.
I know. You get exactly.
Like you have to get, if that's your tier 1, then you get Anderson or Tonali for tier 1, and then tier 2 you get Fernandes and Baleba, and then you close and then you're done.
Then and then
you know what I'm saying? Like you get them 2, Fernandes and Baleba, with a Tonali or an Anderson, is a beautiful window. They're all different profiles. They all offer different qualities. And they're all good players, bro. To be honest, like I don't know what Scott's doing there. Do you know what I'm saying? In tier 2, because he shouldn't be there.
He should be in tier 3.
Yeah, he shouldn't be there.
He should be in tier 3.
Yeah, he should be in tier 3, bro. Like he ain't done nothing to be in no tier 2, bro. Do you know what I mean? So man can drop down one.
Tier 1. You know what I mean?
I've done all that.
But the thing is for me though is that today the rumors are today, and by the way, make sure it's only rumors in it, because everyone's gonna have their speculation that it's Anderson. So it's Tonali from tier 1 and it's Ederson from tier 2. That would concern me because it's
that's concerning, bro.
Nah, but I think Baleba's already done, bro. That's why I think it's
I hope so.
That's why I think it's Baleba and 2 more, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm hoping the 2 more is Fernandes and Tonali, really. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be ideal for me.
That has to be Fernandes.
That'd be ideal for me. That'd be ideal for me, bro. I think
Fernandes, 100%.
I'm not against Ederson as the third choice. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not against it, bro, because I think that his profile would actually give us the ability to play a different way and press a bit higher and be a bit more aggressive, because that's his profile. He's a ball winner, but also he's technically good on the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's not like an Ugarte that can just run, but he can't play. Like he can play and he can run in it, and he does chip in with his fair share of goals. So I don't have an option with him, but I don't have a problem. But Fernandes, for me, like he's been linked to PSG, innit? And it's like that's the level of player he can be, blood. We let them get João Neves and we took Ugarte. We can't allow them to take Fernandes as well, because then we're sleeping.
Oh my days, fam. But I think it's that what they're saying is that they're not going to be going to that 100 million mark, in it. I mean,
which is fine.
Which again, it comes down to the fact like, do you then compromise getting a player, let's say for example, a Tonali and Anderson? Like, how do you go from one extreme? It's like for me, the summer where we got De Jong and then we got Casemiro. Like, even though I'm happy with Casemiro, we'll be happy with Tonali, but it's almost like a different ideology. You're going from a Tonali who's a box to box, to Anderson who's more combative.
But Anderson's a box to box as well.
He is, but I still think he would rather sit than go and venture forward and maybe dictate a little bit and kind of get the ball and do what he needs to do.
I don't know. Anderson's a drifter, bro. Like, even when against us, he got 2 fucking assists from the right wing, bro. That guy ain't sitting nowhere, blood. That's why I don't think he suits Kobe at all, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, 100%, I agree. The problem is, though, is obviously you've got to have 2 that can complement Bruno. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know why we're even talking about Kobe, because at the end of the day, it's the 2 that complement Bruno, because Bruno.
So you need to get someone like a Beleba that can cover the ground, because Bruno's going to leave gaps, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think the first one's got to be I'm with Coupon. The first one has to be the one that sets the tone of what our midfield is going to be in the summer. You feel me? And that has got to be the tier 1. The true and many one, the more I see it, the more I'm like, it's a bit unlikely, because you kind of want to play for Mourinho in the first year. You know what I mean? You want to try and maybe impress him and say, you know what, I'll stay. And especially what happened after the Valverde situation, I don't see him probably leaving now. You feel me? Had that fight not have happened, maybe it would have been a case that he would leave. But I think the first one, you've got to set the tone for the summer. And that's why I need a big midfielder signing, not the ones like Ederson and whatnot. They should be coming in last. And you could kind of keep them there as well, because end of the day, no one's vying for Ederson's signature. It's not as if it's like should we go and get Ederson, guys? Like, it's not. You can leave that towards the end of the summer. You feel me? So that's why I would kind of maintain United. Start as you need to go on and start with intent and get that stellar midfield first signing in. That's what I would do anyway, personally.
But I think on the continent side, I think they pick up Ederson quite quick, like someone like Juventus, Inter Milan. I think on the continent, if someone wants to make a move and they decide they got the finances, I don't think they will sit around.
Will you be bothered, though? Will you be bothered? Be honest.
Whether we're bothered or not, the issue is, does Arsenal go in and get Tonali, because Arsenal want to strengthen in that position for whatever reason? Does Tonali end up at Arsenal because now they've won the Premier League and he's going to the Champions, and he likes everything that he's hearing there? Then there's the other kid from Nottingham Forest end up at City, and then where you left with that, when those 2 tier 1s that everyone's saying we're linked to, one goes Arsenal, the other one goes City. And now you're scrambling with the tier 2s to try to get 2 or 3 of them in. So I just feel like whatever United decide, they just got to go in hard. Because one of the things that I said to you at the start of this season, when everyone's talking about we got to win this, we got to win that, I just said the league doesn't lie. There's a certain amount of points you need to get over a 38-game season to finish in the top 4. I said if we can get, and I kept remember we were saying if we can get to Christmas and we got around 30 points, 35, we've got a chance. Because in the other half of the season, we need to pick up at least another 30 to get us to 60, and we're in the top 4. And I've looked at winning the Prem. You need to be, or to be in the title chart, you need to get 80 points. You need to be thereabouts. And if you look at Arsenal, no matter how good they've been or how poor they've been, in the last 4 seasons, they've comfortably collected those 80 points. Sometimes there was a season when they rushed to 50 before Christmas. So my thing is this, is that when we're looking about where Man United is going to finish next season, regardless of the players that we've got, we've seen what we've done this season with Casemiro, who's aging and who's just basically, he's just finessed the league because of his intelligence on the pitch and knowing how to get into the right spaces and do what he has to do to shine through. But we've seen in instances in games where Cass has been left, wanting because he just can't get up and down that pitch. And that's why getting someone who's mobile that can kind of complement Kobe is important. But if we want to be anywhere near what we're thinking next season, it's about us trying to get an extra 10, 12 points and kind of building on what Carrick's done, because Carrick is the most informed manager in 2026. And I'm only sticking on 2076 because this is where Carrick has been. So this is what I was saying, I think, to Noureddin on the Straight Jacket podcast. Can he come back in 2 months and continue doing what he's doing and stay the most informed manager in 2026 and get us to Christmas at the top of the points table? Because if he does that, then we're in a good position. But if things go left for whatever reason, that's when we find ourselves, I feel like we're going to find ourselves in problems. And like the question that you started at the start, do we think that we've got the foundation to move on? I just feel like English footballers and like footballers on the continent or in Europe, I feel like academies and how people are brought up, we always see a difference in terms of ability with some of the players that are, brought up here in England and some that are brought up in Spain or brought up in Brazil in terms of the things that they concentrate on. And I think managers are no different. I believe Spanish managers are more superior to the English managers. And there's a reason why an English manager hasn't won the Premier League. So there's a lot that has to happen at Old Trafford with Carrick, with the backroom staff, for us to even think about being title contenders. And the reason I say that is this. When you're from, it's about who you know. So if you look at Carrick's brethrens, it's like, as an Englishman, his brethrens is Woodgate. His brethrens is my man, Holland, that he's brought in. Whereas when you look at some of the Spanish guys or the guys on the continent, their brethrens are, I don't know, it might be I don't know, it might be like who's my man got in there? Heinz. Look at the way flipping Arteta went and got Heinz. Heinz was a flipping mentality monster at Man United. My man never stopped running for us, that Gabriel Heinz. No matter how many times he got twist up, he would come and give you 100%. So he's
Argentinian though, blood. So I don't know how they know each other, bro. And
but what I'm saying is that
Wilcox brought in Steve Holland. It wasn't Carrick. They didn't know each other.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you look at his brethrens and who he's called for, understandably, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to draw for the people that you know for, but the likelihood that you go and draw for a bad boy tactician from the continent or someone that you played with in Spain or you played with in Italy, it's unlikely. And I keep on saying again, there's a reason we have had an English manager win the league or even compete for it like that. So I just feel like there's a lot of hurdles that we're going to have to jump. And there's a lot of things that have to go right. The number one thing is for me is accumulating the points at the right time throughout the season. Because if you just tell me the last 4 or 5 seasons, how many points have you needed to be in the top 2? And when was the last time Man United got those points? If you was to pull it up, when was the last time we broke the 75 mark barrier? 79.
Ten Hag broke that first. I think Ollie got, I think, 73 or
73, I think.
Yeah.
So and we need to be breaking 75 mark barrier next season if we want to push on from where we are now.
Yeah. Mourinho got 81, I think it was. 81 or 82.
That's why Mourinho thought that he won the league. That's why he said that was the best that he's ever done. Yeah, so I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking if Man United, because Arsenal's going to win the league on 82 points, 85?
They're on 83 right now, aren't they?
83?
Are they on 82 right now? I think they're on 81. I think they're on. Let me just check the table.
I think it might be 82 points. Or is it 81?
Yeah, 82. Sorry, 82. So they could. Yeah, so they've won the league. Anything that they get after that is a bonus, isn't it? They've won the league on 82. You feel me?
On 82 points.
85, but 82. So last season, I think the title Liverpool won. And to be honest, Liverpool won the league title. When did they win it? Like April. Let's be honest. Yeah. And when did they win? How long did they? They got 84 points.
84.
That's around the same.
Yeah.
Season before that,
it was Man City. They, to be fair, won it on 91. That was the best title race we've had in a while. And then season before that, I think that's treble season. Man City, they won it 89 to 84.
So so this is what I'm saying. If we're in the 70s, that means it's been competing. 70s is, I'll say, it's top 2.
But if you go plus 73, you're closer to the Mandem. You feel me? Like you're close to the top. But you then go to the 80 bracket. That's title winning form. So you got
So this is what I say to you. That's accumulating. That's accumulating 40 points by Christmas. Another 40 points in the second half of the season. If you want to be in a title race form, that's the type of form that you got to be in.
Yeah,
and not fall off. So that's all I'm looking at. So and I think if Carrick has done what he's done now, I'm just hoping that he keeps the form in the 2 months that we're away. He comes back and he keeps that momentum. And it's not like I said in the group, like all that pretty football thing. It's about winning football, right? Whatever Carrick has been doing and whatever him and his coaching staff have been doing, it's been winning us games. Can he keep that momentum? Can he keep that energy within the club and get us to how many points has he accumulated since Christmas, Carrick?
Carrick, I think it's what? Let's see. I wouldn't know off by hand, but
when he came in, how many points did we have?
Ain't he like 30 odd? I think it's 30 odd since he's come in to the role. I think he's got like 30, 36 or 35. One of them.
So he's done well. Done well. So that's
right now. Yeah, I think it's around 35, 36. And he's been the most. He's been the most since he's come in to the job. You feel me? So yeah, that's what you're gonna need.
I don't know if Man United need this.
32
points.
17th of January. That was around about halfway through the season. Remember, it actually was 14 games. 14 games he's had, and he's got 32 points.
And that's not bad. So that's pushing to that 40-point mark. If he got his full 18, half of the way, like 18 games would be half of the season. So and that's the way he's 4 games off that. So the question I keep on asking myself: does Man United need like a stellar midfielder, or do we need? Because we've done, obviously we've got third. We've mentioned about the lack of games that we've had and 1 game a week, etc., etc. But do we need a midfielder who's competent to come in to sustain what we're doing, and then to also add players on the bench so that we can have like for like when we're making substitutes? But do we need this £100 million stellar signing for Man United to continue doing what we're doing?
I don't personally think you do need to go and get 100 million. Obviously, everyone just kind of assumed, because obviously Nottingham Forest are playing hardball, innit? Because they're now it's safe. If they weren't safe, it wouldn't be 100 million. But you don't need to get 100 million. Like Declan Rice, yeah, cool. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, yeah, they're all mitigating circumstances as to why they became 100 million. Enzo was,
and I'm not PSG, and that's the same. I'm not PSG, but I look at the 3 midfielders they signed to rebuild their midfield, and it weren't no £100 million signing.
No, it weren't.
They went and got competent footballers that could play a certain type of football that he wanted, and this is what I feel. If Carrick and his team knows what they want to do, I feel like we can go and get 3 midfielders around the 60-70 million pound mark.
Yes,
and build what we need to build, and just carry on doing what we want to do. Like, don't watch no one else. Everyone else is in a different space. I feel like we need to do what United is doing for where we are with Michael Carrick now. But we start watching other people.
Mbumo Sesko and Cunha were all in that mid-range of like 70 million, average. If
and like Rand said at the beginning there, they're the only 3 that's picked up double figures up front in strikers.
See what I mean? So
we don't need to go out.
Yeah. Why not replicate that this summer? If you could go and get 3 midfielders for 70 million each, I'm not saying that all 3 have got to be 70 million, but an average all around.
So quick question: if you take Tonali and Ederson off the list, who are the 3 midfielders you get? If you can't get them 2,
Tchouaméni, if it's possible, if it's not possible. Tchouaméni, Matheus Fernandes, and Baleba. That would be the 3 that I would go and get. You feel me? That would be the 3 that I would personally.
I don't think Tchouaméni will leave if Mourinho's
okay. If it's not Tchouaméni,
take tier 1 off. If tier 1 is the 80-90 million pound signing, tier 1 off. If it's tier 2, because I believe the players we got front are tier 2 as well. I don't think they're up there tier 1. I don't think Cunha and Mbumo and Sesko are tier 1. They are tier 2. And I think if you go and get 3 midfielders from tier 2, who are they?
Yeah, I would personally
Baleba thingy-majig. You get Baleba, Fernandes, and probably Ederson, from that.
And Ederson. You know another one I think we've slept on that everybody said was the real deal was Adam Wharton. What the heck's wrong with Wharton?
Yeah.
No,
nothing's wrong with him. I don't know why
Liverpool. It looks like we don't want him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Liverpool apparently.
I'm having sound problems. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I think they think he's not mobile enough, bro. I think it's a mobility issue, bro. I think they don't believe in his mobility because of Kobe Mainoo's profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because I believe Adam Wharton, Fernandes, and Baleba will still be a solid 3 signings for Man United. Yeah.
Tonali, Baleba, Fernandes would be a solid 3 as well. That I can agree with that one. That I can agree. If you go get me them 3, I'll take that. But Matheus Fernandes has to be involved in that. There has to be a player that's got that technical ability. Like if the profiles are, for me, box to box and tenacity and energy. And I get that's what the league is now, Mandem. You have to be honest with you. But you still need someone with like a Kobe that can keep the ball as well. I would love to have 2 that can keep the ball, two that are good off the ball. So then you could just say, you know what, Kobe, you're not playing today. We're playing Mateus Fernandes today. Mateus Fernandes, you're not playing today because Kobe's playing. You feel me? And then you could have the one player that can do the running and the box to box, and that is Baleba and Ederson that could do that. So you got
and you need a competition anyway. So
yeah, you need to.
Yeah.
So I say that again. Someone say it then.
I said competition.
Yeah, competition. So you need that competition for me. So I listen, for me, that will bridge the gap massively. You know what I mean? If United go get that free signings, bro, you say there, people say, oh, we got 3 games a week. Imagine you now have a midfield that 2 of them are on the bench. You know what I mean? 2 of them are on the bench, bro. Already, you've got, say, for example, Ahmad on the bench. So the bench already looks better. So then when people say, oh, it's you're not playing 1 game a week anymore, but United.
I'm tired. I swear to you, I'm tired of this 1 game a week gimmick.
Telling you.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, like everyone's always going to criticize whatever it is. If we were doing poorly and we played 1 game a week, they'll still say something. Like now we're doing well 1 game a week, there's still something. All we can do is play what's in front of us. There's many teams that's played 1 game a week and still not gone into top 4. You can go and look back to different seasons. So at the end of the day, all we need to do is just do what we got to do. And I think it's important to build consistency. For me, looking at the Premier League this season, consistency is what wins. You know, Arteta came in this season and said, you know what, he's going to do the defensive thing kind of thing. And he put his hat on it and it worked. You feel me? So like Rant said earlier, we just need to do what we got to do, not worry about everybody else and just focus on building. Because everyone wants to laugh and say, oh, yeah, you guys are miles away and what do you guys think? We just need to do what we got to do. Because at the end of the day, Carrick's shown some consistency in the results. I think it's important to build a foundation and then you can start adding maybe the style of play and you can start faffing around with it. But when was the last time we had any sort of consistency? And I feel like this is the closest since Ollie? Like, we haven't had no consistency. And even then, you could argue that maybe Carrick's consistency is a bit better in a sense. You know, the type of teams that we're beating and then the teams that people thought we wouldn't beat and we're still beating those teams as well. So we just need to do what we've got to do. Like, everyone can laugh and say, oh, but you're not getting gassed and Carrick's going to be temporary. Bro, all we can do is just keep it going. And then we see what go on, you feel me? Because the points that we've accumulated this season is not a joke. 36 and 16. That's not a joke. You get me? Yeah, man.
I agree. I think people downplay the level of consistency Man United have shown this season, regardless of whether it's 1 game a week or not. Like, you got to remember, you still need to go get them points. You know what I mean? And again, if we didn't get the points here, the conversation would be different then. United don't get the points 1 game a week. It's a conversation. United get the points, it's now a different conversation. So
because Ten Hag was in many seasons and we still got a trophy. We still obviously I think we did poor in the when we came 3rd, what trophy was that the FA Cup trophy or the Carabao Cup?
Carabao.
We've still come 3rd and got another trophy before with Ten Hag. So what's people talking about like it's not possible under United?
Right,
you know what I mean? So
because we were discussing it in terms of like consistency, to get to winning the title, I feel like the style can be an important part of it. And I think Arsenal, there are stages of the season where they were blowing teams away. They were kind of doing their thing and whatnot and showing a level of consistency, right? But it comes down to this idea that to get where you need to be, consistency has to come at the forefront of it. And
it has to be.
It has to be forefront of it. And this is where the conversation debate kind of lies. And we all have this debate, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But like, you know, you're not like Arsenal win the league this year, and whether you like it or not, there will be no conversation about style of play. They've won the league. You know, what I mean?
Bro.
They've won the league. They're not celebrating a different way because
style of play is only if you want to be bitter or just try to get at them. But if you have to keep it a buck, like they've done their thing, bro. Yeah. They've done their thing, bro. I wanted them to win anyway. As much as I hate Arsenal and City, if I had to pick, I don't like City in it, so it is what it is. But I'm not going to go celebrating it. But at the end of the day, they did their thing, and it's consistency. City have been winning because of consistency. Right now, we just need some sort of consistency, and then we build from there. That's all we need. So that's what I think, innit? But yeah, like you're saying, certain man want to prioritize, like Nuruddin, he's more concerned about the style of play. But I feel like if we played nice and was losing, some people will still complain. You can never make anybody happy. So for me, I'm just on this consistency thing. That's me.
But I feel like
I'm not on style of play. I'm on attacking play, bro.
Attacking. Sorry.
I don't care whatever form you package it.
Yeah,
I don't care what style it is. Is it from attacking football? Do I go to the entertaining games at Old Trafford, or do I sit there and bite my nails and look under pressure for 90 minutes?
Yeah.
And I have to
go and get I'll let you answer as well.
Is that there's a big difference, man. There's a big difference.
I hear it.
How you package it. If they're attacking from football, because that's the DNA of Manchester United. If you're going to want to support the wrong team, if you don't want attacking football, you support the wrong team. Trust me, Manchester United, to win trophies, have always had to play entertaining football. In all my lifetime, every season, maybe 7 or 8 games, maybe they weren't up to it, especially the league runs. Maybe they're just iffy. And in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, they have to throw the kitchen, the baby, the bathwater, everything at it. But that is risk football. It's risk football. And the thing
can I counter that point? Can I counter that specific point? Yeah. So that's true. Cool. You want the United DNA back, just going forward, attacking, our wingers shooting. We're just flooding the box. We're suffocating teams. Cool. So
I'm not even asking for that. I'm not even asking. You know what I'm asking?
Yeah.
I'm just asking for Manchester United, where we got a chance of winning the game, and I'm not watching dull football, bro. That's I promise you, 14 years, and the only bit of football that I saw, maybe Van Gaal, he just didn't have the forwards to finish the chances. He didn't have the forwards. We were keeping the ball, but he is the only coach where I thought, you know what? I felt confident going to the Etihad, going to Anfield, actually playing.
Okay,
football.
cool. So
right?
Nurden,
the only difference is that he didn't have the attacking players, but the rest of it, I have not seen any consistency. And you, man, obviously, I was listening on the way here, and I'm listening to you guys talk about what are the point differences and that. Listen, Carrick is incredibly overachieved in terms of results.
Yeah,
plateau is coming. Now, how do you counter the plateau? You get him to 6-7 players that he needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you get him. If you want to help this man, you've said this is your guy, you have to fuck him back.
Yeah.
You have to back him. You have to back him. And the reason why we won't plateau is because we know these players. We watch some of these players, man. And it's okay as a coach to go, yeah, we're not that far off. We're not this. Listen, of course, the standards of the league is on the fucking floor. Yeah. And I don't mind winning a league title or whatever, or being in a title charge, right? If standards, because that's what we got to play what we got to play against. I'm not asking you to go and invent other teams from different centuries and do that. But this Arsenal team, in the past 4 months, they stunk out the fucking place. They've only scored one more goal than Leicester. One more goal than Leicester.
But
right?
Nurden.
Every other team in the last 10 years that as well, it's been 80+ goals. 80+. And you can see from the beginning till the end, you know what? They might have 5 or 6 or 7 games in the season late is iffy. But that's what we used to say. You know, the old saying goes, but that's it. That's the winning. They didn't play well today, but that's the sign of champions. I'm not fearing Arsenal, by the way. Trust me, I don't fear them. I'm not fearing Arsenal. The way I think they play dog shite, basic fucking football where they just defend. And their players get a bit confused. The only thing that I think why they won this league, the players took control against City and thought, you know what? When we attack, actually, it's okay. Don't fear losing. We've lost, but we actually created chances. To me, that's the only thing that I'm asking for. Because I'm sick of watching dog shite football where there is Ten Hag who lied to me and it's the only coach I ever wanted. The only guy that I was like, I've seen the triangles in the Champions League, people. I've seen it. I hope this guy can provide that. And then he gives the interview, says, I can't do that. I haven't got the players to do that.
About Nurden, can't you?
Listen, Ollie, counted till when? Till Manchester United have to then step up instead of defending and just hitting teams on the break. He had to develop it, and it wasn't there, and it got found out. So it was built on paper. It was papering over the cracks. And that's what I see with this team. I don't rate Holland. Nobody can tell me I've watched England for fucking decade, and it's shit football.
But Nurden, I think
basic fucking football, and I don't want that for Manchester United.
Nurden's overlooking. You're overlooking things. You're overlooking things.
Yo, listen, let him land with this, man, because it's not landing.
Goes against. But in terms of players,
the passengers are shook right now.
And by the way,
they was meant to land 15 minutes ago.
Carrick, I don't care if he's Carrick. I don't care where you're from. Can you give me just entertaining football?
Yeah, but entertaining football for what though? Like this, is what I'm saying. What are we getting to? What's the end goal? What's the end goal? What's the end goal of the entertainment football?
The fundamental belief is this: the fundamental belief that what some of you, and I've told you this years ago, this is how I see football. I believe when you play good football, right? You play front foot football, you attract players. The connection with the team and the fans ignites. There's the connection because fans are going to come and turn out and go, right, we see something to get behind. And that's all I've been asking for from every manager since Fergie. Can you give me something to get behind? And the only person that gave the attacking players. And he kept the ball between the two centre-halves all day. Other than that, there has not been anything. And what fundamentally we disagree, I believe, and I tell you the facts right now, is because of what happened, Daniel and Spotify, they made the fucking Josh Kroenke take note of what the football club that is running, that is having to come and travel and live in London part of his time to make sure that he sorts them out. That's the reason why they won the league. That's the reason why in all the 20 years that we've watched Arsenal, they have never had a squad like they've had. And even that, the football is being crap. But they've had the squad, they had the in-depth. How many players did they buy last summer? Or
about 8 or 9, bro.
Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to say to you, strength and depth. The point I'm just saying, I see football differently. And the point, Saeed, is that you ask, what is the point? I'm a believer that when you play good football as a team, because that's Manchester United DNA, what happens, the fans will love that. And then what happens, you can then build on that. But I am not here watching pragmatic fucking football. I didn't support Stoke. I didn't support fucking Southampton. I never
it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that.
Nuruddin.
Are we playing that?
Uncle, can I talk? Uncle, can I talk? Can I speak, Uncle?
Are we playing Southampton football?
Even they were shit.
He's on the dinosaur thing, man.
City finished higher than us.
Nuruddin, I hear all of that, but I think Nuruddin, I think you're being disingenuous about how bad the football is, though, because listen, as much as there are times where we haven't played the most entertaining football, there are also times where we've played some really good football, and there's loads of nice little reels for people to share and shit of what we were doing. There's loads of it, and when you've got better players in, then you're gonna see better football, bro. Like, I know you're saying our basic football, but guess what? Setting up a good defensive structure is extremely basic, Nuruddin. It's extremely basic, but you have to have the players to be able to do it. And for the most part, we've done it well, blood. That's why we've beaten all the teams, that supposedly are better than us. We've beaten all of them.
Now for me, and if your only concern with Carrick is getting good football 7 out of 10 times, you're gonna get that. I do believe that, but if that's your only concern, then I don't think you're going to have issues with Carrick. If you have more wider concerns...
Carrick's biggest fan than Musa. I'll be Carrick's biggest fan, and I'll come here defending when he loses. When you man,
I think you're going to get that. I think you're going to.
And you man are going, what the hell is he doing? I'll be coming here.
No, I'll defend him when he loses. If I believe that he set the team up the right way and the players have let him down, bro. It's as simple as that. But the bottom line is, more often than not, we've won. Man could be talking about all these different types of football, but guess what? The most entertaining football for the rivals is when we lose, bro. And under Carrick, we just don't really lose.
So even when we played, even when we played City and that, when's the last time we dominated City start to end? You have to look at
3 games.
It doesn't matter, but that's the sample size, though. Sample size.
The rest of the games, man.
We lost 2 games.
No, listen. Our last game was entertaining as well. I don't think our last game was.
The last game was great. And we won, and we should have won by more. We should have scored 7-8 goals in that game.
Newcastle getting banged out by 10 men. Newcastle.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, but every team gets their day. Every team has their day, though, Nuruddin. Arsenal's had their day. City's had their day. Every team has their day.
Can I just say, get banged out by Newcastle? That's disingenuous. They scored a last-minute worldie, bruv. Like, we didn't get banged out by them, bro.
Can I just say something, though, Apart from the lesser teams, one second, Nuruddin. Apart from the lesser teams, let's be honest, the Brightons, the Bournemouths, who's actually playing good football in the league? Let's be really honest with ourselves. Like,
it's when the teams with no pressure. The teams with no pressure.
Exactly.
Talk the teams.
Yeah. The teams with no pressure, brother. Are just there playing football, running around.
Ariola didn't have one game a week as well. Ariola's playing one game a week, but I know what I mean. Like, everyone just
one game a week and drawing every week, blood. Like 17 draws, blood. So
he's playing one game a week as well. No one wants to talk about that. It's different somehow. It's different for Ariola.
If you try to compare a team that has 11,000 crowd to Manchester United, that is the ultimate.
No, you're 100% right. They've got no pressure because they only got 11,000 people that they're playing in front of. I agree.
Yeah, but there's no pressure.
The pressure's not the same. Nobody watches these man every week, bro.
There's no pressure.
You can't watch United every week and watch Bournemouth every week, Nuruddin.
Yeah.
There's no pressure.
You're watching Bournemouth every single week, bro. There's no pressure on these men to perform. Yeah. There's none whatsoever, bro. They go into most games as the underdog and they're playing extremely well, bro. They're playing well. They're in Europe.
Yeah,
now.
I know what
they do next season when they're in Europe. Yeah, the chances are they finish fucking 13th, 14th next season with Europe.
I'm telling you,
they're not gonna have the squad, and that's why he's leaving. They're not gonna have the squad.
Well then, and they're probably not gonna play the same football either. So the game is the game, bro.
You know, before I let Staffy in, yeah, and let him have his say, yeah, I think for me, there's this fine line, guys, of like United DNA and then waiting and demanding the standards of Man United to be at, you know, and to win the league and to win trophies. And because United, I feel like we're kind of getting lost in this world of like not being able to win trophies and not being able to kind of just have this efficient Man United, bro. And that will only come if United have a habit of winning. Not have a habit of playing well, guys. And this is being honest with you. It's a habit of winning, bro. Because we've seen, yeah, United losing games, but then playing some sort of like football, which they believe the underlying metrics have been good. Bro, you seen our fan base. We've just about saved it. You know what, man? We've just about saved this fan base.
They're doing that under Amorim, underlying metrics and that. We're losing, bro. Man, are talking about underlying metrics improving and that, bro. We're getting banged every week.
PS gaslighting from the PR machine that you back. So come on, give it a fucking rest, people. Who was gaslighting about that? That's Wilcox and fucking Barada.
No, it was the fan base, man. Come on, man. It wasn't.
That's who they were.
I'm about the fan base. I'm talking about what we hear.
That's who was pushing that propaganda.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Amorim played shit football. That's what he was doing. The only thing that was good about Amorim.
Yeah, but now we don't need propaganda because we're winning most weeks now, bro, and you're still not happy. So
that's the only thing,
bro. We're winning most weeks, and you're still not happy anyway.
I'm telling you. Plateau is coming if they don't back him, and you will see. Trust me on this.
Now we all know that.
But we're buying players though, Nuruddin, and when we do buy the players, you're still not going to be happy.
It's papering over the cracks, and when you have to play, when Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire needs man to play 3 games a week, you will see. Trust me.
But Nuruddin, we know this though. But we know this.
No matter what happens, yeah, you're not going to be satisfied. Then we can have a proper conversation.
Yeah.
By
the way, no Palmer in the squad. By the way, just for that.
What? Really?
Stuffy, let me bring you in. Obviously, we're bringing Texino as well. Like, where are you at? Obviously, like in terms of what Lauren say, what I've just said there. Like, what's your balance for you, bro?
I don't know what we're arguing. I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here listening.
We're talking about where we need to be, and obviously we've got a division of. We were saying it in the Mandem talk about style, the league right now, where it's at right now, where Man United to be, because obviously we're 13 years not winning a trophy. You know what I mean? And we need to get to a level. Is it playing good football? Is it not? Is it being efficient? There's all these arguments in it, and everyone seems to be at different wavelengths.
No, I get that. I think, like, I heard some of the things Nuruddin said. Like, I do agree. Like, you do need to have an identity. You do need to have a style. I mean, I think he used the word. What did he say? Entertainment. I mean, I don't want to use that word because we all get entertained by different things. There's people that watch games just for the highlights, the goals, and the assists. They can watch the highlights, I guess. And there's people that like to watch controlled football. There's people that like to watch, I don't know, like fast, dynamic football. I don't know. Whatever entertains you. Yeah. But I do agree with him. We do need to have an identity. And we are not a small club. We do need to go back to our identity. And we did win all these years playing attacking football. I do agree with Nuruddin on that. Like, it's not just how you get there. Sorry, it's not just about getting there. It's how you get there. And I do think we need to go back to that. And I've seen a lot of that this season. My only issue is like, I do feel like it reaches a point where I agree with Renz where he said that. I feel like Nuruddin is just going to complain anyways. Like, I would have loved to see Nuruddin in the early 2010s or late, like 2007, 8, and 9 when we were winning in Fergie time. Like, I just would love to know what was he doing at that time. All these games that we were winning last minute, was Nuruddin actually happy, or was he calling Ferguson inconsistent and papering over the cracks?
I was going.
Nuruddin said that was the attack.
No, imagine like he would have been calling Fergie papering over the cracks. Yeah. That's the logic.
Since the Glazers came in, Fergie was papering over the cracks every year. You know what I mean? He was still winning, and everyone was fine.
But you know one thing: risk football. Fergie was never a coward. Risk football. United last 10-15 minutes at Old Trafford, halfway line, everybody gone to the halfway line, man for man, and we're ramming that box to get the goals. And you make changes straight away. You saw things. So it was a different type of vibe, bro.
That's
You know
right.
what
And
it
that's
is,
why we used to get
I was
in the Champions League as well, because there was no variety. We used to go and try and attack in the Champions League, get banged out.
Yeah,
FC
exactly.
Basel, blood. You think I don't remember?
Man went there with man went Champions League with their heart and spirit.
We
getting banged out.
Nah, we changed. Because, you know what? Listen, that's
Banged
not
out by
historical context.
and them, man.
You're
Bro,
not-
I
listen,
remember
you're
as
not adding a
well. It's
context,
all right.
though. You're not adding a context. Liverpool got everybody back.
That is the context. We got banged out in
nobody
Europe.
was used to playing European
We
football.
underachieved in Europe,
Because
definitely.
all English teams could not play in. They didn't know how to play in Europe. It took us years till he started playing 3. We bought Varane in, and then he didn't want to change it. But later on, when he employed the right coaches, we changed it to a 3, and we went unbeaten runs in the Champions League away from home. So I saw all of it, Staffy. That's all I wanted to say to you. I was going mad as anybody else. Just remember that. Because you know what? I could trust it. And I could be patient.
But you have to earn the right to play, though, Norridin. You have to earn the right to play. I think Carrick is just earning
the game's
the right
involved,
to be able to
bro.
play.
The game's
You have to
involved.
earn the
No,
right.
he hasn't. This is the lie, bro.
It's involved. Let's have it. Let's talk about it. Let's have it. Let's have it.
What is the lie, Norridin? What is the lie? What is the lie? What is the lie?
Brother, you have to earn the right to play. No matter what you're doing, like first I'm hearing all of this is not about getting to the destination. It's how you get
on this
there.
dinosaur thing, man.
You have to learn. You have to get there. Once you get somewhere and you've been there before, you're like, okay, is this how it is? Then you can start kind of, maneuver and do different things. It's like, brother, it's like,
football's not the same. Who's saying football's the same? Football's not the same.
Before I could do a wheelie on my bike, I wasn't doing the one-hand thing and hyping. First, I learned how to lift the bike. Once I learned how to lift the bike, then I started doing the one-hand thing, and then then I was a professional, brother. You have to learn how to lift it in the air, brother. So Carrick has to just get the winning momentum into this squad.
And that alone is a characteristic as well. People need to understand. And mentality is part of management. How your team thinks, and bro, it's part of it. It's part of it. Trust me.
I think it's much simpler than what it is. I'll be honest. I don't even think Norridin is asking us to do a wheelie. Like I don't agree with that. I think it's much simpler. I swear to God, I think it's much simpler. It is much simpler than I think we're all making it out to be.
DMX thing.
In my opinion,
the mentality thing's not easy stuff.
Yeah, Musa, I get that, and I think we've shown good mentality this season. I agree with you. I think Carrick
it's not long enough though. We need to see it over a longer period of time.
He can only manage the games he's been in for. Like he can't create games. So what's he gonna do?
But this is what Carrick is doing. Carrick is building mentality and playing players in the right position and getting them to do the right things more often than not. Yeah, and make them feel comfortable in what they're doing before starting to ask them to do extra stuff. And I think we just got to give him time.
I agree with you. This is what I'm saying. I think we're having the wrong conversation. To me, it's all about the ambition that we showed this summer. I think the board needs to show huge ambition. That is the biggest thing to me. I don't care about all these side conversations that we're having. I think if this board shows ambition and just goes sign quality players, we've seen what teams can do with minimal coaching, but there's enough quality on the pitch. Like we sat here all season and we didn't rate a lot of what Arsenal was doing. And I agree with it. It wasn't entertaining to watch. It wasn't that great and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they had quality defending as an example. That was enough for them to go and win the league. They were like, what, 7th in open play goals scored this season. 7th. And they're winning the league. So it just shows you when you have quality matched with the idea, whatever the idea is, it could get you far. So it's like, I get all the stuff we're talking about and the mentality stuff. And yes, we're still going to monitor Carrick next season. We're going to pay attention to all these little things that we're talking about. But all this is irrelevant if we don't go into the summer and we show ambition. Like, it's quite literally that. When we're talking about this rare window, because I think we got gifted a window, I'll be honest. When I say a window, I mean a window to compete. I don't think most of us sat here last season thought that Pep is leaving a year later. A year later, Pep is leaving. They're replacing him with Maresca, someone who hasn't won the league. And if anything, this guy was also in the championship 2 seasons ago. You're looking at the league around you. The most experienced manager now with a winning mentality is Arteta. And no disrespect, that is not such a high ceiling to kind of aim for. Like, it's just getting started if he starts and wins from here. So the bar is not that high. So everyone around us is relatively there. All you have to go and do right now is just show ambition. Because while Chelsea's going to be sidetracked with their rebuild, Liverpool, God knows what's going on over there. And obviously Arsenal are the most stable one. You don't have a lot of there's not a lot of people to worry you right now. So just go sign the right players, and that's the start from there. And then we'll go from there, guys. I don't think it's that complicated.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah.
All this is irrelevant, right? I'll be honest with you. Like,
yeah, no, 100%.
If we actually don't go for all these targets that they're talking about,
pointless. Yeah,
we end up like replacing Ugarte with like an Ederson and all that shit. Like, I'm personally checking out because I'm like, there's no point. Like, I'm not gonna have
my expectations will change.
Because it just be rinse and repeat. So it's all on the ambition right now. Go and sign all these players that we're talking about. We've agreed, all of us, we need about 6-7 signings, and about 3 to 4 of them, I'll be honest, if you can go sign 3 world-class players, you're having a different discussion next season. A completely different discussion next season. So that's all I'm focused about.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Texino, what are you saying, broski? Chat to me, man.
Big up, man. Wild Greasy, man. Big up, man. Big up.
Come on, bro.
I mean, look, it's a good conversation, isn't it? I think in terms of with Nuruddin's point, like, I totally understand. Now, this is why I think like playing styles, even if it's United or other big teams that are wanting to compete, is so subjective because you could win by different means. And obviously, Arsenal have laid that sort of blueprint. I think Arsenal are the first team to win the Premier League without any sort of attacking threat or superstar that I've seen anyways. And that proves to everyone here that you can win the league in any sort of style. Again, I understand Nuruddin's point that he mentions a lot, which is the Mourinho game where we lost 3-0 at home. But he was happy about the performance. I mean, that's yourself, bro. But even with myself, bro, I'd rather go and win the league and be like Arsenal, because at least I'm driving down the M6 and I'm going to go and celebrate outside Old Trafford. I'm not going to give a toss about the style of football when I have that achievement. And it's the same thing I said on Mandem Talk last week. Like, we could all cuss Arsenal now, but when they do lift the trophy, we can't speak, bro. Regardless, like, of how they won it, but we can't speak, bro. They have the accolade there, innit? So for me, I agree with Staffy 110%. We need to understand what the club's ambition is by the end of the transfer window, but also see the style of football that Carrick's going to play. I think he wants to play attacking football. When he first came in, his first interview is Man United is an attacking team. It's all about the attacking DNA. So yes, let's bring that back, of course. But we're winning games at the moment, man. And we're winning games playing with a pragmatic approach. And there's been plenty of games where we've been pegging teams backwards anyways, no diddy. So, like, I don't see any bad signs at this specific moment in time. I think we've got good problems, bro, and I'm going to repeat that until I see any sort of issue. We're about to get out the deadwood. Everyone we're linked with are good players. I just think we got to bring in the balance and find the right balance, especially in midfield next season. That is the key for me, you know.
And also to add to that, my bro, like, loads of people were saying Ruben Amorim's trying to implement a style of play. You don't have his players. Carrick ain't got his players, bro, and no one's giving him the benefit of the doubt that when he gets better players, he's going to maybe try and implement his style of play. He never had time to implement that, and he came in the middle of the season. He had objectives. He achieved them, bro. He did what he needed to do in that time, to achieve the objectives that were set for him, and that was to get European football. And these men would have been happy with Europa League, bro. They just wanted Europe. The guy overachieved, got us Champions League with games to spare, and people ain't even given this guy an opportunity to get his players in and see how we're playing in pre-season before writing off anything, bro. And the guy's succeeding, bro. Like, I've never seen anything like it, bro. How can you not give a man that is achieving or overachieving, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt, but everyone wants to give Amorim benefit of the doubt, bro.
I think it's because of Oli rants. It's because of Oli. It's because of Oli.
Yeah, of course it's because of Oli. That's what I'm saying. It's not rational. They're not treating him as an individual. They're treating him as an extension of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is known to be a shit manager, bro. He's got relegations on his CV, bro. Like, no one thought Oli was a good manager.
Yeah, but Oli still, and even that comparison's mad because Oli got third, then second. So let Carrick go and get a second.
Had a very good team, though. That team carried Oli, bro. We all know
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's all about the ambition and the quality.
Yeah,
you need a lot of quality.
Yeah, but most importantly, these players cannot afford to down tools again. Like, we cannot afford for these players.
I don't think they'll do that for
their performances. Exactly, but it's they can't do it. They can't afford to do it because then loads of people will be looking at Michael Carrick when players are not pulling their weight. And I think this season, the fact that players have stepped up is also what have got Michael Carrick results. We've won games 3-2 a couple of times, etc. You know, we've had a comeback as well. I think even when we lost to Leeds, and we went 10 men down, like it was still relentless attacking football. We pushed them back, and I think under any sort of manager,
that's what we have to work on. Clean sheets. We have to work on clean sheets.
Of course, but that's what also comes down to the style of football. What type of football are we going to play? Risky football? Because if we go and play risky football, we can go and
more mistakes,
concede one goal. But if we go and concede one goal, we're battering teams 5-1. City's been doing that, bro. Pep's been doing that. He's notorious for that. Those results. So if we go and batter teams, we pick up the results. It's fine, bro. I think the expectation for next season from this point moving forward for me is to challenge. Like I think he's set that foundation. I think we're in the Champions League football. We're currently, 14, 15 points away from the top or even challenging. How do we get those extra points? How do we win an extra 4 and 5 games? And it's about being resilient and showing that sort of front forward aggression, bro. And can we accumulate those points?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's the key bit, guys. Accumulating points, because you can play pretty football, but you might not get the points. But if you get the points, which is the key element in all of this,
and that's what I'm saying, Saeed. Arteta did the opposite of what Tex is saying. Arteta didn't do the firepower thing. He did the whole resilient defense thing, and he won. So
let's be real right now.
Styles win fights, isn't it?
That's
no, I'm just saying different styles win fights.
Know the club that you support right now.
No disrespect. Arteta is not the bar, guys. We're not about to do that.
Arteta is the bar, because
I'm not saying no, but wait. Let me talk. I'm not saying that we should do that. I'm just saying that different styles win fights. Whether one man wants to be defensive or next man want to be attacking. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm just saying. Just saying.
The history of Arsenal and George Graham. Do you not think the Manchester United and Arsenal have 2 contrasting chants in their clubs?
What's that got to do with what I said, bro?
I'm trying to explain something to you. I'm trying to educate you.
Okay, go on.
Listen. Yeah. Arsenal, you know where does it come? 1-0 to the Arsenal. Where does that come from? That comes from George Graham and the history of being pragmatic, not conceding and trying to nick one. Attack. Where does that come from? That's the chant that's been running the Stretford end. Where does that come from?
But we've seen that with Carrick.
Because of Manchester United history is to go attack. I am not, by the way, those people in the comments who say, I'm looking for this tick. Manchester United not looking for no tick-attacker. And by the way, if you go and educate yourself, some of you, honestly, tick-attacker was a term used to denigrate the football, just passing for passing sake. So tick-attacker is a derogatory term. It's a derogatory term, right? So don't go and educate yourselves, man, before you talk to me, some of you, honestly.
But how many last-minute winners have we had with Carrick?
I am bored by tick-attacker football. Manchester United football is front foot football. None of this passing around the back for passing sake. None of this keeping it. Midfielders who pass the ball forward. Fullbacks that
who plays that, guys?
But Nuruddin, out of all the managers we've had in the last 5 years, we've been the most front foot that we've ever been.
But who plays front foot football? Who plays that right now?
In the Premier League.
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
Play that football.
They were counter-attacking Man City. They were counter-attacking Man City. That was counter-attacking.
I don't trigger Nuruddin.
They were counter-attacking Man City.
Don't trigger him.
Yeah.
They were on their back foot for 20 minutes.
You need to kick him out.
No, the first half is going to be more even.
That is an absolute howler.
So what? Football's half control. So why are you talking about hot first half?
The first half, they went from foot and bullied City. What are we doing here?
When we say that about Carrick, you say it's only half. You say it's only a half.
Yes.
When we say that about Carrick, you say it's only a half. Now you want to tell me about Bournemouth's only half. I remember Bournemouth.
15 minutes.
Call him out.
Here and there.
Now you're saying 15 minutes. It's not 15 minutes.
I know the games.
It's not.
Villa, Arsenal, City. And by the way, City, look at the compared to City quality and Bournemouth quality. They have total, so City, of course, are going for the league. They're going to come back into the game. Of course they are. But I'm sorry to say, every team, when the team's pushing forward, is going to counter-attack them. That's part of it. But Manchester United, my main tactic has been counter-attack throughout the season, except maybe 3 or 4 games. So, and what Rand said a little bit, I hope he comes back because I want to challenge what he said. I think he said something about what's the point I wanted to get back to? He said something about he said that Carrick didn't have an implement. No other coach in Manchester United history. And by the way, we've known this. He was going to get the job 3 months ago. I came in here and said that. I came in here and said Carrick's getting the job, and you were like, "Oh no, whoa, wait." I said it on the straight.
Yeah, but that wasn't hard to predict. He's flipping beat everyone.
Let me finish the point. I said no other coach, whether interim or full time, has had the time to work with players on the training ground at the time Carrick has had. He had the time. And it don't matter whether it's quality players.
What are you talking about?
You can implement a way of playing. You can implement a way of playing that players can rely on. You know, when the game gets a bit techie, there are certain.
What are you talking about, Nuruddin? Say that again.
I just want.
Say that again, because Chelsea just got a manager in who had the same amount of time on the training ground as flipping Carrick, and we've seen how that went.
Yeah.
They were playing in the Champions League. What are we doing? They were playing in the Champions League, and they went to the cup final, Musa. So you're waffling there. What are you talking about? Musa. Another howler again.
So they haven't had the same amount of time on the training ground as Carrick.
No, they played in the Champions League and they went to the cup final.
Yeah, but Champions League is not every week.
Same amount of games.
Champions League.
He said it like they played every day.
You've had another howler again.
He said he's playing every day. He wants to prove his point, you know. He thinks he wants to prove his point. He wants us to be. You know what, guys?
He's lashing out. He's lashing out. He's just lashing.
Yeah, no, Nuruddin, you have to remember.
He's lashing.
He wants us to believe, that Michael Carrick has come in and has had plenty of time on the training field to
3 weeks with 22 days.
Yep.
We counted.
He did. Northern isn't wrong. I'll be honest. He did have a lot of time
What do you
because
mean?
we were. We were one snap guy for 28 days. That's a lot of training right there.
What was Carrick's
He's not wrong in that.
objective coming in as an interim manager? What do you bring an interim manager for? Do you understand? To steady the ship, to get results. Do you understand? You've obviously.
This is what I'm saying.
You've obviously come off the back of a bad time. He's got results. He's got results, and only now.
No, he said he should have implemented a style of play in the period of time that he's had. I understand that.
But if Carrick came in as a permanent manager, I think it would have been a whole different ball game in terms of looking at the style of what he wants to bring. I think Carrick came in to just do a job, and because he's done such a great job, obviously the conversations have been louder about getting a permanent role. But you think when he was hired as an interim manager that he was here to audition for the permanent role? No, he just came in to steady the ship. He's got the results. I personally think you get him his players, he can play great football, bro. You get him his players, he can play front forward football. You think Liverpool had an attractive football team when they were playing this direct front forward football? You think it was they were building up 17, 18 passes before scoring or creating chances? No, they were playing one direct ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold and they're in behind, bro. They were playing a lot of direct football. There's ways to win and playing direct or front. It doesn't have to be ideally attractive all the time, bro. Because the attractive stuff that you want is kind of ticky-taka, but then you're going against it, saying you don't want it.
Brother, it's a false narrative to pretend that Manchester United have not played good football. Anyone that lets you believe that, you're just drinking too much Kool-Aid. Anyone that believes that we have not played good football under Carrick.
Other than 3-4 games, the rest of it been dire, mate.
3 or 4 games.
We've coming back every week and telling you about it.
When have United played dominating football though? Since I'm not gonna lie to you, even towards the tail end of Fergie, it weren't dominating football. I'd say the peak of power of Man United, hold on a minute, is probably 2007, 2008 is where United were probably at the peak of their power. And I mean, like, where we were feared. When we were feared. I don't think United have been feared ever since then. Let's just be totally honest with you guys. They haven't been feared ever since then, bro. Fergie was working miracles, putting Park in the right, doing gigs in midfield, bringing back Paul Scholes because, So I feel like for me, we haven't played that.
Because he was covering up for who?
Of course. But we've been told
of the land. Yes. So put that facts in.
But we've been told the manager needs his players, a pre-season, and 10 games to see what he's about. All of these Carrick hasn't had. He hasn't had a pre-season. He hasn't had his players to build around. And then he hasn't had those 10 games. All he's had is the games that we've seen him with, which he was meant to get top 4. And like someone said earlier, like, was it rants? Man, people were happy with European football, like the Europa League. This top 4 thing is also another myth. Like, people were thinking that Man United were definitely going to get top 4. People started this season saying we'll be lucky to get 6th and get a Europa League football. Then when Carrick started putting pressure onto the other teams and everyone saw that it was actually a possibility of finishing in the top 4, then everything changes. How is he playing? It's not attractive. It's not better. Carrick needs, like everyone said before, and Norridin used to say this, a pre-season, he's signings, and then 10 games in to see what he's doing. And he hasn't had that. So until then, I ain't got much to say about Carrick. I'm just watching the Glazers and see who they bringing in the summer. What are they going to do?
I hear Nuruddin's point. Honestly, I hear Nuruddin's point, bro. You want to see that front forward.
I agree with
United attacking DNA. Of course, we want to see that, bro. I agree with you as well. But again, I agree with Musa. Like, he doesn't have his players and he hasn't had that time to implement that strategy. His thing, I honestly think his target was just get us over the line. And again, I don't even think we've been playing that bad in terms of football anyways going forwards, bro. And I think we've been relying on a lot of our players, and 9 times out of 10, you look at the cities and of this world, they've been doing the same thing. They've been throwing on the Turkeys only because of Turkey's brilliant. It's why they've gone back into the title race. Do you know what I mean? I think we do need the players, man. I think the players are essential.
Yeah,
but yeah, go on.
I got a point to make up to that.
I want you to understand quickly. I'm not asking for the finished product. Please do not misunderstand me. Maybe the way I express myself is making it seem like I want a final product. I'm just saying to you, Carrick needed to show me something, and I didn't really see it. I saw it in the City game. I saw it in the Arsenal game. I saw it against Villa. I saw it for 20 minutes here and there against Spurs when it was still 11 against 11. So I'm just saying to you, to me, you don't even have to show me. You know what? That's what. You don't have to show me all of the goods. Just show me a little bit.
Show me.
Yeah, but the fact that you said you've seen little bit with the results, do you not think that's all right at the moment?
No, because I've been down this road and beat Tech. What you can't dismiss and call it a PTSD, I'm happy to take it, is that I've been down this road under Carrick coaching before. He was the coach. Ollie didn't do the coaching. It was him and Kieran McKenna that did the coaching. So I've seen the result go.
And they've been more successful than Ollie. They've been more successful than Ollie. You know that, by the way. They've been more successful than Ollie. You know that, by the way.
No, 100%. Listen, but Ollie, also Ollie didn't have 1 game a week. So let's be fair as well. If you're gonna tell the story, tell all of the story, right?
Yeah, but
no other coach,
better quality though.
Yeah,
with everything that we've seen,
100%.
Go on.
He had lockdown football, and we were sensational that season. And he had Greenwood,
LHS, United.
He had Martial, Rashford, who was on form. He had Pogba, who was creating chance after chance. So I understand that 100%. We had Matic and Herrera at times. So I understand that. Ollie had better players in terms of like weapons, yeah. But what I'm trying to say to you is that I just expected in the time that he's had, and I don't want to let staff in, for him to implement a little bit of something that I thought that, you know what, something for me to look forward to next season. But fair enough. I take your argument. I take your argument. If he's just being asked to do the specific job, I can take that.
Now, bro, I hear it, man. I hear it. Definitely.
But what's happening? Then I'll come after you.
Yeah, I'm struggling again to understand what we're arguing about, because I'm looking at some of the things that we've done this season. In terms of goals, as an example, you have the 3rd most goals in the league. Only Arsenal and City are above you. In terms of chances created, actually, shots on target per game, no one has more shots than us. Chances created, we're in like top 3, top 4. You look at all the attacking metrics, United are up there. And then even if you want to bring in the fact that Bruno has the most chances created in the league and the most assists and the most big chances created, we are actually up there in every attacking metric that you would probably like to be in. You're top 3 in most of them. So I'm looking at this again. What is front foot football? If this is the amount of stats that I'm getting, and we're saying that we're not playing attacking enough football, like, how can I look at this and say we're not attacking enough? Like, yeah, sure, you want to be the best, but I just don't understand what are we arguing about. I feel like we're trying to nitpick at things to argue about. Like, oh, we were counterattacking. Who gives a fuck? If I scored the 3rd most goals in the league while I'm counterattacking, why do I give a fuck?
But
like, I just don't get what the complaint is about. I
don't want to interrupt you. You can carry on your point. Just to add to your point, even if it's a counterattacking thing as well, I think when it comes to football and entertainment, counter-attacking is probably more entertaining than any other kind of football.
It really is, yeah. That last game we played, who do we just play? Forest. Look at the difference between the first half and the second half. The second half was a lot better.
The opening game, it wasn't just counter-attacking. We were opening them up, willy-nilly. It wasn't just counter-attacking. The point that I say to you is this stuff here. How many of those things are sustainable for me? Because stats to me, I'm an eye test person, right? And the stats can say one thing. Stats were saying all the things because the club was pushing it out. We knew that the football we were playing under Amorim, other than the players were more physicality and intensity, was dog shite. But they kept telling me, oh, but look at how many shots. I'm like, not telling me where the shot was shot from. Was it inside the area? Was it one-on-one? Or was it like 25 yards when they got 6 players blocking it? Like, where was, to me, stats can only tell me. So that's what the club was saying earlier. All of them they were pushing out was the matrix. Look, we're doing this. We're making chances. Dude, were we really? Were we? We're more physical. We're switching the play.
Nuruddin, can I respond to that point?
Is sustainable, Nuruddin. Like 38 games.
Yeah, I feel like that's unreasonable to say that.
With another manager.
Two different styles, though. We played two.
But that's what I'm saying. Granted, half of them were with another manager.
Staffy, what you just said is that we're third in a lot of the metrics, right? In terms of like
three in most of the metrics.
Top 3, yeah. The people that the top three teams is Arsenal and Man City. We're third behind that. So there's only so much you can say stats lie because we actually are the third best team performing in the league anyway.
Yeah.
So how
that's what I'm trying to say right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if City and Arsenal are number 1, it's not a lie. We number 3, so we're doing well then. We have to be.
That's exactly my point, Rhino. Because I'll tell you what. Here's an example. Last season we finished 15th. We kept the same manager and we signed a whole new front line. We ended up going to 6th. Now, granted, we still sacked him because he still wasn't good enough. But that just shows you the jump that you made. Granted, we should have never been 15th. But that just shows you the jump that you made just by improving the quality while maintaining the same garbage manager who was Amorim. Now, I'm saying, based on what we've done this season and we finished 3rd, you go again and you do that again and you try to improve that, not just necessarily the front line, you just improve the squad. You just sign more quality players because you already have the example of what it looks like when you just sign more quality players. It's really a simple equation. Like we're talking about all that front line that we just signed in the summer, all of them hit double digits in their debut season. I think it's only happened once in the Premier League history. So that just shows you how much it could get you by just doing your job and then obviously worrying about the manager later. So it's like, I'm looking at where we're at. I think we're in a very good spot, but we're more in danger if we just don't improve from here. If we just go into the summer and we have a shit summer, then it's a very important conversation to have. But it just brings me back to that. Sign more players, and the proof is there that the more you sign better players, the more you move up. And as I said, in all these attacking stats, you're in the majority of them. You're in the top 3. So it's like it just can only imagine what's going to happen when you get a better midfield. Because Nuruddin, you were talking about controlled football, I believe, or someone mentioned something about controlled football. United's average possession stats, we're in the top half. It's not that high, but like you're about like 4% as an example behind Arsenal, and you don't even have a good midfield. Like our midfield, we all know about our midfield is not that good. So go and add more midfielders. That's going to add more stability and more more creation. I just look at that and I'm like, you're already set for a very good season. So I don't understand still the complaints.
Yeah, because I didn't ask a question. Yeah, Mandem, when you look at like football now, tactical manager versus man manager, I think for me, I'm siding with more man manager now because if we get the players that we go and get here, don't you think like having a man manager that can allow them to play the way they want to play rather than be hindering them and be playing them in a, because if you look at it right now,
Saeed, do you know why that question is a very good question, Saeed?
Yeah,
it's a very good question because when you look back, because Nuruddin always likes to reference to Ferguson. Ferguson was a very good man manager, and this was what I was saying last week. Maybe that's the kind of manager we need. We haven't tried that properly, and then recruited with it as well. Because recruitment's important too.
He also had tactical coaches.
Yeah, definitely more than. But I feel like, but
you know, he still had Steve McLaren.
Let's not finish the question, because for me, it's like as much as I think Arteta deserves to win the title this year, he's also nearly could have bottled it, because of the fact that his tactics have kind of almost held Arsenal back a little bit.
Yeah, but that's the risk he took though, and he pulled it off. He took the risk and he pulled it off. Yeah.
So yeah, manager like Michael Carrick,
he has to learn from it next season probably, and maybe Saeed, they might improve their attack next season now. They've got a peak defense. They might improve their attack, and then it's wrong. So we have to trust me.
They might play better football as well because they've won the first title, and it's almost
back. But he's off their back. Like I told you.
This is why we talk about the destination, yeah? United needs to first get to there before you start to get there. You get me a drink. Can you put me a charge?
Arteta has earned the right. If you look at Arteta's, this is not the highest points Arsenal's got in the last 4 years. No. They've got higher points and they've lost the league. But he's earned the right to win the league on not the highest points that he's achieved as a footballing manager. He will tell you that there's been better seasons for Arsenal, playing style, achieving points, all on the metrics, and they didn't win the league. But this season,
and undefeated in the champs as well. Undefeated in the champs as well. That's not a joke.
And this is what it is. Based on the muscle memory, Arsenal don't get less than 80 points. And because they're not getting less than 80 points, whenever a team they're competing with falls off, they're in pole position to win the league.
Yeah.
And this is what I said. If anyone thinks Arsenal's getting less than 80 points next season, they're sleeping. They're not. So
they'll be there again.
It takes about 82 to 85 points to win the league.
A little nuance, yeah. By the way, even man managers have tactics. Don't ever think that man managers only good.
No, obviously, no. You know what I mean.
Tactics. So people need to understand that man managers have tactics.
Fergie wasn't a tactician. What are we doing?
Carrick's got tactics, and he coaches. Yeah,
Fergie wasn't a tactician. What are we doing?
But he had tactics.
Every manager has tactics. They got to put on a team and tell them what to do, but he wasn't a tactician. Look at all of Fergie's players. Everyone who worked with Fergie, they asked him, who's the best coach that you worked with? And they all picked Van Gaal. They always pick Van Gaal. Rooney picked Van Gaal. I think Carrick picked Van Gaal.
Because Van Gaal is 1 in a million, bro. Van Gaal is 1 in a million. Van Gaal had a style of football, the way he sees football, where he literally developed something called positional play. Go and research it, people. Positional play. The people talk about the school of what's his name? Johan Cruyff, Van Gaal, and the school of where they come from and the way they see football.
I understand that,
Specific styles of positional play. That's why it took the youngest team in the history of European football to win a league, to win a Champions League, because he had a certain way of play, and he's a one-off. But Fergie
and Man United fans still chased him.
Listen, in the first 4 years, because I've read the books in it, so I've done the work so that you can chill, right? I've read the books. Fergie in the 4 years was a training ground coach. Was literally telling United players how to play, what he wanted to play, and how you. And then after
how did that go for him? And how did that go for him?
Because of he was building a team. Because
that's what he was coaching.
Let me finish. Because of the time of the scale of work that needed to be done at Manchester United, like in terms of what he was, because he was a manager then, and in terms of like how much work that needed to be done, he changed the whole scouting thing. He changed the whole kind of the what is it, like the youth football.
Youth football,
all of it. He was doing so much things behind the scenes about Manchester. He was involved in the infrastructure side, in the stadium, the training ground. So he was involved in everything. So he needed Brian Kidd to do a bit of that. And that's why he brought in Nobby Stiles. He brought in the best coaches when they were in Scotland or where they were here. So to help him. But at the end of the day, Fergie coach, and I've seen the videos. You can go and find them yourself, where Fergie is literally working on a tactical board before the Liverpool game, telling
us, saying he's not Nordy, but Nordy,
this is what we need to do. Here's what we need to exploit. This is where you move. This is what we're going to do. If they come for us, this is how we're going to do. We're gonna tuck back in. We're gonna keep the ball, and we're gonna frustrate them. Fergie had tactics. He knew what he did. But did he have the level of tactics of Van Gaal? No, because
everyone has tactics. I'm talking about tactics.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everyone has tactics, but it doesn't make a tactician. That's the point Staffy was making. And my point is this: when you own a business and you have multiple positions to be filled, you fill the positions that you think that someone else can do a similar job to what you're doing, because you're needed in departments that are more difficult for them to cover. So going out and working on the scouting and work, he felt that his energy or his understanding will be more beneficial there than on the training ground.
He always hired the right assistants, Musa. That's the point
because he wasn't a tactician. Yeah. But my thing is, we had
he used to not go to training.
McLaren is no one special. He was there, so we can't be looking at Michael Carrick and be saying, "Oh, this," or he's got to get these type of coaches in.
Musa, I just want to tell you this because I was there. Steve McLaren was the most sought after coach in Britain. He had innovative.
But what did he do on his own? What did he do when he was on his own?
In '99.
But what did he do when he was on his own?
This is what I'm trying to say to you, though. But in terms of coach, some people are not the best at number one and being a number two. Some people are number two. They're not being a number one. That's the big difference because other things can be number one. But in terms of that time, during that years, in 98, 99, Steve McLaren had innovative ways of seeing the game. And he went around Europe and studied how to play. So
but one of the things that people keep on beating up Michael Carrick about is because he was a part of Ollie's backroom staff. And I keep on saying it, that if the Man United fan base now in 2026, with everything that we've been through, look back at Ollie's time and think that it was a crazy failure, then I know the game's gone. Because the man finished third. Then second. 1 minute. If you one minute. No, but I'm talking about no, but I'm saying no, but what I'm saying is this. 1 minute. No, 1 minute is this. But he keeps on getting compared to a time in our history, in recent history, when it's been one of our best times. But we just wanted more. Ollie finished third, then second. And then in his last year, he got sacked while he was seventh, 3 points off top four in November. If you sack a manager who is 3 or 4 points off top four in November, that means that you're not content with just finishing in the top four. You believe that you've backed him enough in his third season to go on and win the league. I'm saying this, if Carrick gets third like he has this season, goes on and gets second the next season, and then in his third season, for whatever reason, he's struggling, don't sack him when you're 3 or 4 points off top four. Because you need to build and back that manager. I think we were too hasty as a fan base because we were looking for glory. We thought we got Ronaldo. We've got, Varane in. We've got Sancho. We thought we deserved to win the title. Like we had some right. We didn't have no right.
I'm sorry you weren't talking to me at that time. At Saeed, we were talking about saying, forget Ronaldo, we need midfielders. Saeed, we were all saying we should have got Camavinga, to be fair. We should have got Camavinga. Midfield players. We should have signed Camavinga. Screaming and saying,
I'm with you.
You can have all the greatest attacking players. If you don't have a midfield that's going to give them the ball and going to stop attack or complain.
But whose fault was that? That wasn't the manager's fault.
Well, listen, it always goes back to you know who. The point what I'm trying to say to you is that the players did not believe because all of this kind of hype of win, all of that faded very quickly since we came out of lockdown. Manchester United season under lockdown, the players got used to playing empty stadiums where they can hear the instructions, and then as soon as the crowd came back, boom, plateaued. That's what happened. And
we finished second in that year, third.
But Ollie wasn't sacked because he didn't win a league. Ollie wasn't
then why was he sacked?
Listen, Ollie was sacked because the players stopped believing. When he wanted to.
How can you stop believing when you're 4 points off the top four in November?
Let me.
It's true. Remember, there was dressing room leaks at the time.
There were dressing room leaks. To be fair,
that was fake news. That was fake news. That was fake news.
It was a Liverpool game where they got battered 5-0. They lost the belief.
Listen, Saeed. And they had the biggest howler today. I'm telling you.
That was fake news.
He's at the biggest howler today, Musa.
Listen, Norady tells man his conspiracy theories when it suits him. Listen, Saeed, I want to say this again. You are, and this is why I said it was because he had to win the league. Let me say this again. You are 4 points off the top four in November after finishing third and second. Why are you getting sacked?
With shit football. The players don't believing. The players don't believing.
That was the hype.
You know at Brentford.
That's why we deserve what we got since. That's why we deserve what we got since.
You know at Watford.
Nah, I can't lie.
Literally doesn't want to evolve.
This is really bad revisionism, guys.
Really bad. Revisionism. You know what it is? Because let me tell you,
this is really bad, man. He deserved to get sacked. What are we talking about?
These are the words that came out of Ollie's mouth.
No, he did that still.
At Watford, I'm telling you, who wanted to play or go out in the second half.
Are we ready to?
At the time, I thought. Now I've looked back at it. I've grown up. I've realized I'm grown. I realized that what we've been through. Listen, Ollie was one of the first managers to get us 2 back. He was one of the first since Alex Ferguson. Look how many times Man United have been in the Champions League back-to-back seasons. We haven't had that. He got us 2 back-to-back seasons in the Champions League, and like I said, in the third year, the fan base was gassed. Everybody believed we could win. Man telling me, 1 minute. You can say what you want.
Musa, we were going on losing streaks. Did you forget
losing streaks, bro?
Listen,
Bro, do you not remember that?
Listen to this though. Listen to this though.
Wait, I know what. Wait, Mandem.
1 minute.
Wait.
Let me land.
Wait, Musa.
Let me land. Let me land.
You good over there?
Let me land.
I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say, Musa. Musa's basically saying that as much as it was bad, it still goes back to the problem that we have now. Yeah. It's about the recruitment. It's about the recruitment.
No, but the thing is, right now, the revisionism. No, but
I kind of get what Musa means. I get what he's trying to say. I get it's hindsight. There's a fine line between hindsight and revisionism. There's a fine line. There's a fine line between hindsight and revisionism. There's a fine line.
We hear you, Musa.
Let me tell you now. You know why? Because let me tell you now. Because you know why I say that to you. Because if Carrick offers up the performances and the finishes and getting us into a European final or an FA Cup final and finish third and second, you're going to say he's doing great stuff. A manager did that and got sacked 4 points off top 4. You telling me we went on losing streaks? I was there. I'll
tell you why.
Listen, 1 minute. I wanted him out as well. But I'm saying to myself, how bad can it be if only in November, when the league starts in October, you're in November and you're still 4 points off the top 4? If he was left to finish the season, he could have easily got us into our third.
No, he wasn't, because if you go back, go look at that season again, we were sinking in real time.
Listen, it's an argument. I'm just saying. Listen, it was 4 points off the top 4. It was November. He said it himself. I'm just going to believe him. Why? Because he got us third and second. If he was left until the end of the season, he would have got us our third consecutive league. We haven't had that system since that we've been suffering.
Yeah, but Musa, here's the thing though. Like, if you remove context from every single manager that's been in charge at Man United, it looks better than it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree, but that's the best one. If you get a manager, Rance, that finishes 3 seasons in a row, and we get
I hear that, but you have to look at the context. You have to look at the context of, did he still have the backing of the changing room? What was the trajectory of where we were going based on where
actually, Bearman came out crying. That's why I said it's fake news. I don't know what to believe, friends.
Yeah, but man are going to do that anyway. It was only Rashford and these man doing the trust the process. It was the homegrown youths, but the other man didn't care for Oli. And like, let's be real now, think about the man that went missing right quickly. The Van Gaal situation, is the primary example, because we still had the standards as a fan base, from the Sir Alex Ferguson era, we didn't realize how good a job he was doing at the time.
Of course,
we suffered, and then now we can look back and say, you know what, maybe we should have been a bit more upset when he got sacked. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the time, he wasn't. We was looking at it like, hold on, we're supposed to be winning titles. We're not winning titles. Jose's a winner, so let's take Jose. That was our thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
That's a better example.
No, I hear that.
That's why I said to you, Rance. That's why I said to you, Rance.
I'm saying the fan base collectively. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
that's why I said to you, Rance, collectively.
I actually liked the football, but the problem is, up to a certain point, we needed better attackers. But at the same time, I understood, why these men were doing they wanted to do the Jose and Pep El Clasico fucking Manchester Derby shit. I wasn't necessarily behind that. However, if we were going to sack Van Gaal at the time, I saw the name Mourinho. I know what he's done. I said, you know what? Why they'll do it? I'll give them a chance, innit? But in hindsight, everything went bad from there.
Yeah.
Let me say, you know what my argument is?
I gotta go in a minute, Musa. So
I'm actually and Zlatan, and these man to Van Gaal instead of fucking Jose.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's Taffy?
Just to answer what Musa was saying, I agree with that Louis Van Gaal point. That's a better comparison. I just don't want us to do this comparison between what you just said with Oli when he got sacked to Carrick. Carrick deserves patience for different reasons. Yeah, and that's not when Oli got sacked. The reason Oli got sacked, because it just looks like you revisionized the whole history. That season, we were like on just the brink of like going up. I think we were competing with tough teams, so I don't think we would have ever won the league. but you were right up there. And when you were expected to take a step forward, you took a massive step backwards. And like, you're forgetting all the losing streaks where we're on. You're forgetting how significant that summer, in their opinion, was like a league-winning summer, because you went and signed the Real Madrid center back in Varane. You went and signed the golden boy in Sancho that everyone wanted, that you chased for 2 years. And then you went out of your way and just picked up a luxury signing of Ronaldo, where he was supposed to go to City. The context of that summer and going into that season to the regression relevant to where you were and where you should have been was much more significant than making it sound to be. We were dead ass going on losing streaks, Musa. Don't forget that. Like, this is why when Ole came out and said the players were crying at halftime, that wasn't the fans. That was the players at halftime crying because they knew it was over. Like, there was no saving that.
What is no Staffy? Staffy, what I'm saying is this. I don't want us, if Carrick ends up in the same situation.
Carrick is building, and that's why I didn't want you to make that comparison.
I'm saying is this, though. The comparison is here. He's had a similar first start. Noureddin's already compared it. People are already scared that it's going to be similar. If he finishes third, which Oli did, and then finishes second, which Oli did, and then in the third season we buy all of these players and we regress, I don't want people to forget.
Yeah, but in 2 years, the conversation can be different, Musa. Let's be real.
One minute.
The conversation can be completely different in 2 years.
All I'm saying is, I don't want us to give up on the idea that he can actually still show us what he showed us in the first 2 seasons. And trust him, people can regress. It happens.
No, I understand. It's like a stock. A stock goes up one day, down one day, up one day, down one day.
And how we recruit,
it's better.
That's never gonna happen, bro. What like?
No, but that recruitment that we had in the summer that season, like Staffy just said quickly, it was a serious recruitment.
No, but one of the first things, Jim said when he came in is the signings like the Casemiro signing, where you're bringing in big names for big money. We're not doing that no more. Do you know what I mean? I'm putting them on big wages. So there's not going to be a summer where we go for Ronaldo and Sancho.
Yeah, it's the wrong profiles. It's the profiles.
Whether people like it or not, the recruitment is a lot more pinpointed and a lot more surgical than it has been in recent times. Whether people like it or not, they targeted the defense the first season. They've targeted the attack the second season. First season, they're going to target the midfield. So whether people like it or not, the recruitment is a lot more strategic than it has been as far as we know it. So it's not the same club that Oli was managing under. If Oli was managing under this regime, whether you like him or not, he probably does a bit better, bro, because he's just a man manager.
And he doesn't get sacked. What I'm saying is what I'm just saying this to Mandem. We need a 4 or 5 year, and we need to do like Arteta's thing. He could have got sacked bare times. In year 3, year 2, they could have sacked him, but they held out. I just believe Carrick has enough about him for us to get behind him. I don't think we need to panic if it just goes left.
But we shouldn't use him. We also shouldn't use Arteta, as the gold standard, bro. Because in that 7 seasons, a lot of clubs have won more trophies than him. Not just us.
Yeah, but I'm saying everybody will swap that trophy.
So we can't use man as the gold standard.
Like, but everybody will swap that right now. Like everything we've won in that time, most clubs, except for the ones that win the big trophies, they would swap it for that Premier League win and that Champions League final next week.
I wouldn't.
That's the reality. It's a big deal. You know why I say that to you though, quickly, Mandem, is because look, whether we've trusted managers or not, 13 years have just gone, and we've still had to hold the back seat. So why not just sit down and enjoy the ride with one manager and try to win the league? Because we've tried all.
That's why
time still gone.
They have to at least.
I know what you're saying.
At least,
I know what you're saying. Yeah, what you're saying is for the club to be stable enough, to be able to build on and improve, and then you know what? Sometimes you might have a howler season, but if the coach shows us something to get behind, we can defend that and go, you know what? He's having a bit of a difficult time this season. Maybe he's changing the way what we play. And the thing, the only credit I will ever give Oli is that he realized this sitting back and hitting people on the counter wasn't going to work. He tried. One of the best things about Oli time, Oli literally said, I'm going to make it till I'm going to fake it till I make it.
Yeah, but Carry knows that too, bro.
And it didn't work.
I think so.
He tried to get us to play front foot football with no stability and no midfield. And we got found out for what we were.
But Nuruddin, that's the difference between getting someone that understands the club. And this is why, again, Carrick understands, the football that's expected him at Manchester United. The difference between us and Arsenal is their fans are not used to winning, so the pressure's not the same. So he can get 7 seasons at Arsenal, bro. It's only their 4th Premier League title, bro. Like, of course, they're going to give him patience, bro. This is Man United. He doesn't get... No manager deserves 7 seasons to win a fucking league, bro. None.
And Rance, and listen, in modern times, no. Rance understands.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 1-0 to the Arsenal. Arsenal fans are used to playing negative football and winning titles. That's their history.
In the 90s, it was.
That's their history, That's what
pre-Wenger it was,
1-0, 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But not Wenger times, though. Not Wenger times. Yeah.
Brother, if you told me, you see when
Wenger did an incredible job, Musa. Wenger did incredible job.
Brother, I'm with you. But if I had
players,
they were the best passers at one point. They were passing the ball.
If I had a little glass that looked into the future when Oli was doing bad, and I saw Ten Hag and Amarin, I would have said, "You man, it's mad." I would have said, "You man, it's mad." I would have said, "You man, don't move." I would have said, "You man, don't move." Up there, do not let you go because.
I hear it.
The mic's moving, man. I'll just say this.
Aki, Ten Hag was buffing. My man came and he was just buffing, like he weren't moving. Mad interviews. You know what it was? We got behind him as a fan base. We started to believe it. Man was doing the mad dances. Man said that every era comes to. We got
good is not good enough. Good is not good enough.
Then Amarin came in and Amarin tricked us.
We're going to suffer.
No, I never believed in Amarin. I never believed in any word.
You know what they said? I don't know if it's true or not, Nordy. They said that Amarin was training with the back 4. And then on match days, we play the back 3. That's how we tricked Sir Jim and that. I read it the other day on something. Someone said that he would train with the back 4. So Sir Jim and that would be like, okay, you're switching it up. And Wilcock. And then match day, bang, back 3. He's moving, man.
And my guy, you know what? The other thing, Musa,
my days.
My guy is being the first team coach. And then my guy was like, nah, I'm the manager. Look, go off, right? Walk out the press conference in Leeds and said, I am the Manchester United manager.
He lost the plot, man. He lost the plot,
man. You know, that's why I said we trust too much. You see the minute we saw their goalkeeper coach, that brother that looked mad. We should have known then. That goalkeeper coach was mad. The one that was training flipping Onana. We should have known.
61 years. What the hell?
He worked in Portugal. Listen, he worked in Portugal. Like I kept saying, Portugal is a different league, bro. He worked in Portugal. He just was
and then the 29-year-old assistant.
Do you know what, Musa? Saeed, just to summarize what Musa is saying, I think what you're basically trying to say is that you feel like with the right recruitment, we could go in the right direction. But if we have one season where maybe the recruitment doesn't work, let's not give up. I think that's what you mean.
Because
there's still opportunity. Put it in the bank. You have to have credit.
But you have to have credit. Credit summed it up. We need something to get behind. If we can get behind something, then we shouldn't panic. Don't watch what everyone else is saying about us. Because they're happy for us to go another 6 years without a title, you know. And this time here, it's like man that's telling you, listen, you see your missus, let her go. Let her go. Let her go. And then this time here, he's chilling. He ain't going nowhere with his one, you know. And he's telling you every day. Brother.
Let me just say this. All these journalists now, all these journalists are saying, Carrick, like doing the Carrick. I'm actually scared for him because I actually respect him as a United legend, I'm scared because I don't trust these monsters behind me, I don't trust these vultures. But don't worry, if he loses a couple of games next season, even if United are playing good football, they'll be onto him. That's the
Scholes is on him.
Carrick is such a cool customer. He won't give a toss. And this is why I don't mind Michael Carrick, bro, because he doesn't get too high when we win. He doesn't get too low when we lose, and he speaks very concisely. And when refs fuck us over, he calls out the refs. He just does. He just does what he needs to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's someone that's very sure of himself, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a very good place to be after having that emotional wreck that was Ruben Amorim, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's a stable guy in himself. And when you've got a stable manager, just like we've got a stable goalkeeper that wears boot cuts, bro, and looks like a fucking maths teacher, yeah, bro. I see him at Bobby's party. Everyone's dressed up.
Yeah, I see him.
Bro, I trust that guy. Do you know what I'm saying? I trust Garrett, bro.
He's not trying to fit in.
These boring brothers, I trust them because they do their job and they go home, innit? You know what I'm saying? And that's what Michael Carrick's on, bro. So go and get him his players. If they don't get him his players, then we got another conversation. But I believe they get him his players. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that if they're going to do anything for any manager, it's him, bro. When you look at Steve Holland, when you look at Jason Wilcox, when you look at Michael Carrick, do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, them man look like them man could go out, have a full English breakfast together, bruv, and talk fucking future plans, innit? Their pork, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Listen,
their pork and have a cup of tea, bruv. Like, I don't mind. Just get the signings, bro.
Yeah, a couple of Charlies as well. Yeah, a couple of Charlies. A couple of Charlies as well.
Let me get this super chats back.
I'll just say this, Saeed, before you get to the super chats. Listen, I want him to succeed. I just don't have the faith and the trust. But if Carrick shows me something next season, I promise you, I'll be coming here and defending him because I'll be like, you know what I'm seeing, the connection, the way we're playing, the excitement. I'll be backing him. If I don't see it, I'll be honest about it. But I don't believe Steve Holland did that. I just don't. But we'll see. Time will tell. And I'm happy to be wrong. I'll type it all out and I'll eat it live on camera. I'll eat the words.
I know when we was linked with Tuchel, you didn't want him, did you?
No, I didn't want to.
I didn't think so. Some of the news I'm hearing about.
I didn't want Tuchel. Of course I didn't. I was like,
no. Some of the news I'm hearing about England is exactly why I didn't want that guy anywhere near Man United.
What's wrong with this guy, man? No Gibbs.
He tries so hard to be different, bro. That's why.
My guy is always been a B-Tech. Wanted to be like Klopp, but didn't have the feel with Klopp. Didn't have the charisma to be Klopp, man. I didn't want that. I didn't because at Chelsea are used to about winning. It's all about winning. It's not about the way they play. Some of the football they played was dross. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm not asking for a kind of a football that has to be. No, I'm just saying, can you get me off my seat, man? Can I get off my seat? Can I come back on the bike? Can I zigzag through traffic on the way home on a cold December? You know what I mean? When frostbite in my toes and my fingers. Can I come home and feel the warmth and go, you know what?
Yeah.
Team gave it. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Let me get the super chats in. To Shalaban is smoking fentanyl, says Richard. BLM Musa needs to read Ayat Kursi, all lives matter. Mr. Perfectio says, if Arsenal lose to Crystal Palace, they will have won the Premier League with the third lowest points total in 25 years, 82 behind Leicester, 81, United, 80. Wow. Arsenal played 60 games, won the league, and in the UCL, let's not be shameless. Why are you talking as if Arsenal are on a transfer ban? Allowed a BS. Ederson is our first midfield signing, says Ali Gama. Arsenal EPL winning captain can't lace Bruno's boots. We got Reina, member, for 38 months, and we can't concede a ton loads of goals. So 50 goals conceded this season. That's terrible for a team in third.
I'm going to hammer him for them 4-4s and them teams.
Yeah, I can't blame that. By the time Carrick came, we already conceded 30.
Yeah.
I can't blame that on Carrick.
Also speaking facts, not typical Hurt United fan. Big up Abdaziz says Anderson will end up like Schneider 2.0. Keep him away from United. Anderson and Ederson, no thanks. Bye, Beleba, Fernandes, Tonali, Adam, Wharton. Come on, Ineos, wake up and don't F this up. Hit the likes. Big up Arif says whoever doesn't think we need a big midfield experience is for us not winning the league anytime soon. We need Tonali and Anderson. Entertaining football to be 2010 Arsenal. Yeah, imagine that time, bro. I swear down, bro. We'd be in peak, man. Rahul says, no Tonali or Tchouameni, only Bruno G, Anderson, and Hjulmand are Casemiro like-for-like replacement. Baleba equals garbage. Must sign Anderson, Hall, or Diomande. I don't know if that's Amrin's burner there, man, but big up to you, bro. Winning is entertaining. Winning is the United DNA. Saeed, big up to you. I love the title. Emery Arsenal, come on, you Gunners. Nuruddin shouting doesn't mean you're right. Chill, bro. That's Nuruddin, man. If you don't know Nuruddin, then you know what I mean. I don't know where you've been, bro.
I just get interrupted. My voice goes when I get interrupted.
Yeah, without going to then Elliot, Fernandez, João Gomez, Lewandowski, free. He could help Sesko with experience, exchange Rashford for Mark Bernal and Javi. That would put us in a good position next season. Listen, fair play, man. It's a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, okay, say no more.
Yo, some Arsenal fans want Rashford, you know. Some Arsenal fans want Rashford.
Yeah, bro, they love him. They love him. Rashford's the one that got away for Arsenal fans, bro. They were.
I swear.
They love him, innit? Like that, bro. They want him to be the next world.
He's better than Martinelli. He's better than Martinelli.
Oh, I'm telling you. You know what? They don't really get players from us, innit? So them man fantasize all the time, innit? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like the Rashford thing's crazy. Like if you man got 40 million, run that.
Run that, bro. Run that. 100%, man. Why we always focus about the ball? Yes, it's important, but off the ball is as important in the current landscape. Recent winners, Arsenal, Pool, City, are all elite at pressing and ability to control games.
Brother, we smacked all of them, innit? I'll be honest, this off the ball stuff is overrated, innit? Like, bro, let me tell you something, yeah? Our biggest problem is on the football. Off the ball, I trust this Man United team. It's on the ball, Bro, the reason why people are talking about Ahmad, the reason why people are talking about Brian, the reason why man are talking about the gaps that Bruno, all these things, bro, is productivity in the final third, bro. Like especially Ahmad and Brian, and even Sesko in build up to a certain degree, it's on the ball decision making. It's not off the ball. Off the ball defensively, our structure is very good, bro. Like we see when we beat Arsenal, our off the ball structure, we pressured them. Look at the first goal that Brian scored. We killed them. It's the midfield.
Yeah.
And that's personnel.
Facts.
And that's personnel. That's what that is. It's personnel. It's not even the structure. It's the personnel, bro.
Facts.
Give character players. We need to focus on the ball, bro. Off the ball now is not an issue for us. On the ball is the issue.
Yeah.
No, I think fitness. The only thing I would say, I think fitness is important. You have to be physically fit.
Yeah, but that's why I think that the club's going to sign Baleba, and that's the end of it. And then people are going to.
I think we need him for his mobility. Period.
Yeah. His mobility is mad, and I think people are going to wake up next season. That's when they're going to be like, oh yeah, they're going to go quiet. They're not even going to mention the fact that they were dissing him.
His will current change, and can we sign Kamara or Sangari?
So Sangari is I'm telling you guys are sleeping on Sangari, mate.
Sangari is nice.
We'll end up at Brighton or something like that, probably.
Well, that's what
Henderson. Why is Henderson in the
squad?
He's linked with Brighton. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he's linked with them because that's what they usually do. They get them from the French.
Before they get them before, the big clubs, 100%.
Yeah. Listen, people, we're gonna wrap up here, man. We're on 847 likes, man. Let's get this to 1,000, man. It's been a lit show. We had at least 2.5k in the building throughout the whole. So let's get these likes up, people, man. 1,000 likes ASAP. Rants, I know you're going live soon. We're gonna redirect to you and text.
Appreciate you, bro.
Let them know what you got coming up, man. And just
we got the Red Talk, bro. So me and Texino are gonna carry on the conversations, man. Appreciate everyone.
Come on, absolutely.
Right. When's your fight again? Remind people when's your fight again?
6th of June in Manchester.
Come on. Make sure people, you know what I'm saying, go get your tickets, pay-per-view as well. You feel me? Man. Check out Rants' socials. All will be there as well. So big up to Rants every time. Rhino, let them know, man.
Yeah, man. You lot just smash the likes, man. Big up the chat as always, man. Good conversation, man. These are the brothers, them. You know, we're always heated. Saeed's gonna put the heated in the chat. You get me? But it's all love. It's all love. At the end of the day, we want the best for United. So yeah, big up the man, then big up the chat as always, and just stay locked in with the socials, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Big up to you as well, Musa. What are you telling me, man?
I'm here, man. I haven't even done the news at 10 since Arsenal won the league. I'm still shocked to you, but I can't even lie to you. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I see troops crying out there. I said, nah, the man's them out crying. I said, it's mad. I said, this is what it means. Bro.
They're starving, I'll be honest. It's mad.
I see Robbie put in that. Robbie did a little video and he was playing some sad music. Like I was just thinking, like tears of joy music. You know, it's crazy. But they won it though. It is what it is anyway. But
yeah. Man, were promising to go church every week if they win. And then they won it. Now man said, forget church. Right, man, they were lying. Man, they were lying to the Most High. Hey, it's mad.
Crazy, man.
Arsenal
Crazy.
fans can't be
That's
trusted.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They can't be trusted.
Anything for the league, innit?
You know what? I'm going to the movies, man. I'm going to watch a documentary. I'm not doing no show. But hopefully show tomorrow. Hopefully Saturday do the last preview. But yeah, listen, my heart goes out to them in terms of banter in it to all the Cockney Reds in it. All you man living around those pagans in it. So it's what it is. But they're to me, their football team ain't better than Leicester, bro. 69 goals. They didn't entertain.
Brother, if they win the Champions League, Nordy, if they win Champions League, you're finished. I'm telling you, stay there. I'm panicking.
The way I look at it, if they beat him, then that means Enrique's failed, and he's not that guy, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah, you can't say that.
On every way, those players, Arsenal will have to have the luckiest night where their goalkeeper.
Brother, they're unbeaten.
Listen, that's all I know is that they
unbeaten. Now, unbeaten in the Champions League. 9 clean sheets. Conceded only 6 goals.
Listen, let me just say
they don't lose like that.
Dembele, Cava, and that free in midfield, and the other way, they will have to have a stinker. They'll have to do what Chelsea did to them. That's the only bit I'm worried about. Is that what? But Chelsea
they lost to Sporting Lisbon already this season in the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know what?
They've lost twice in the Champions League this season and PSG twice. Arsenal's not lost one game. They've only conceded 6 goals, 9 clean sheets.
Bro.
Yeah, that goes over people's head, you know, in terms of the consistency. Yeah.
Listen, it don't matter. I promise you, right? When it comes to it, Cava with the ball, Doué with the ball, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Yeah, they will have to have an A game on.
Mad red card. Yeah. To me, the only way to win is PSG perform crap.
Saliba and them man are no jokers, brother. I've been reaching Arsenal, but Saliba and them man are not jokers. I've been listening, but them man defend.
No.
Texino,
the last time, Timber buck up on Varskelia, bro. I swear down, like, bro, listen.
He tormented him.
Ruined. Do you know them one? So, like, let's just wait and see, innit? If PSG do what they're supposed to do, they've won the game, innit? But PSG have to have an off night, innit? So it's what
they concede though. You know, PSG they concede goals.
Yeah, the set pieces they concede set pieces, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. The set pieces, corners. That's all I'm worried about.
Because I don't think Arsenal win because they're a better team. Like Arsenal can win a game where you can still clearly see they're not the best team, and they can still win it.
Like they did that.
Like you know, like they did against us, man.
They're playing against. Not only are you playing against PSG, who are the best team in football, but you're playing against the occasion as well, innit? So let's see, innit?
Yeah.
PSG have
Remember
been there
the start of the season when we battered them at Old Trafford and they still somehow
PSG have been there before. Them man ain't been there before. You seen the celebration. Troop's got 2 kids and he's crying over football, bro. You know that, like, bro.
It's real.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is that, bro. Like, it's different, bro. Like, that, bro. It's different situations, different pressure.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have kids, but if these vultures leave, I'm crying and I'm celebrating for the whole week. I'm celebrating. I'm not going to bed for a whole week. Know that?
Yeah.
Whole week.
The Glazers leave.
I've never been on a bender in my life. I'm going on a bender.
I hear it. I hear it. And big up Texino, what you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, man, just same old, man. Same old. Literally just about to go chop it up with Rants on Red Talk, man. So just make sure you tune in, guys, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Make sure you lot go check that out, people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good show. Obviously, the England squad as well to fall out, so you'll get more information over there. And yeah, man, big up everyone that's locked in. Yeah, man, appreciate everyone supporting the channel. Make sure you like the video on your way out, and then we'll see you next week on the Mandem Talk, man. We're out of here. Peace.